point. Yes, 1 point separates the top three.
Drop the gate.
This is the world.
What's up, boys? Let's watch some racing. I wasn't able to watch it, so we're just now getting to go live, and hopefully nobody comes in and spoils it in the chat. But
the 2025 World Supercross Championship comes to a close tonight in DHL Stadium, Cape Town, South Africa. From Argentina to Canada to Australia to Sweden, and now here in Cape Town.
I love seeing Daniel Blair, my man.
Class. Max Anstey already has one hand on the trophy, 7th or better in his first race of the night, and he locks up his second FIM World Supercross title. Then in the SX1 class, only 1 point, Daniel, separates Jason Anderson, Joey Savatgy, and Christian Craig in what will be a winner-take-all finale here in Cape Town, South Africa.
Practice is done. Qualifying is complete. Super Pole is in the books, but before we drop the game,
Yeah, I bet nobody had those three winning the championship or battling for the championship.
World Supercross brings together the best riders from around the globe.
Oh, this is going to be sweet. I love these off-season races. There's only like a few weeks until Anaheim 1. And I don't know who's going to Anaheim 1, but drop that in the comments. I'm definitely going to be there. And
take flight around these hardcore Supercross tracks. Each round begins with qualifying.
I don't know what the deal is with these overseas races, though. It doesn't seem like they're able to find any water for the track, and they just all seem like they're super dry except for the one.
For SX1
I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping.
Then the fight for the championship points begins, as each rider has 3 opportunities to score big. 2 sprint races over 8 laps for a maximum of 10 points before the main event, where 25 championship points are up for grabs for the winner of each class. Each race is vital, and riders will need to do all they can to score the maximum amount of points before the championship finale in Cape Town, South Africa. It's time.
Do you guys like the added points in the heat races, or is that too much?
Supercross.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to World Supercross. I am Daniel Blair. This is Jace McAlpine. And Jace, what an absolute gift for the fans of Supercross. Anderson, Savatgy, Craig, 1 point between them on championship night. I mean, come on.
These are the nights that you dream of as a race fan. It's not very often we get 2 guys in a showdown for a championship. We've got 3 guys. They're separated by 1 point, and 3 very different.
Absolutely awesome. I agree, Jace.
To want to win this championship tonight.
And that battle will take place on a very difficult racetrack. Traction will be the name of the game tonight. And Jace, technical rhythm sections, big.
It's been the name of the game at all of them. There's been no water.
Something that we haven't seen all season long, and with every single main event counting towards points for the championship, you cannot afford to make a mistake in that right-hand first turn.
Joey Savatgy put together an amazing lap in Super Pole, maybe even a little bit of a wild lap for his taking.
I look like some long whoops. I'm flying blind. I haven't seen anything about this, so I'm excited to watch some racing today.
Championship maybe, but in SX2, Max Anstey has been phenomenal. He's been perfect, almost lost 1 race, and here's how he got here tonight.
The World Championship is back.
Welcome to the City of Fury.
Here we go. Get ready. Gate drop underway.
1-1-1 for Max Anstey. That's how you set a tone in a championship. Clean sweep in Argentina.
Max Anstey will get his 3rd overall win in his career in World Supercross.
From Buenos Aires to Vancouver, Canada.
Gate drop in Vancouver right now.
Cody Schott gives him a challenge, but Max Anstey, clean sweep again. Now we're 6-0.
Max Anstey lights the candles with another overall win in 2025.
This is World Supercross. Aussie Styles.
And Max Anstey showed a little crack in the armor in the Gold Coast and Super Pole, but when the gate dropped, he does what he does. He sweeps again.
Max Anstey, perfect again as he lights the candles here at the Australian GP.
From the sun and the sea of Australia to the Nordic chill of Stockholm, Sweden.
And he's finally beaten Enzo Lopes, grabs the win in the main event, but Anstey wins the overall, and now he's got 1 hand on the championship trophy.
Max has won 11 of 12 races this season. That's why that points lead is so big. And here's some simple math for you. If he finishes,
I hope he carries it into this year. That's a good dude right there.
That man on screen, that's your champion for 2025.
And let's not forget about the battle for second and third in this championship. Cody Schock and Shane McElrath. We're going to have to watch that all night.
There is a team championship up for grabs as well. The Quad Lock Honda team came in with aspirations of winning it, and right now they're in the driver's seat. Another clean, smooth night of racing for Quad Lock Honda, and they're going to wrap up the team championship for the 2025 World Supercross Championship. Hey, let's go race it. Let's go SX2. And it's a 3-race format for the SX2 division tonight in South Africa. 2 sprint races up first, followed by the main event, a 12-lap affair where Max Anstey has been the man all season long. 1 loss on the year to Enzo Lopes a week ago. But Jace, earlier today in qualifying in a Super Bowl, he was the man. He was number 1.
And this South African crowd is ready. They sung every single word of their national anthem. It is an absolute vibe in here right now. Let's go racing.
8-lap race.
Let's go racing. That's what I'm talking about, boy.
In a different position on the start because the first turn is going right. So he's on the very inside, playing it safe. To his left, Shane McElrath, the defending champion. There's Kalana Humphrey, a youngster who was added to the roster late in the season for Stark. He's raced the last 2 rounds, and tonight he will mix it up with the big boys, Anstey, McElrath, and Schock, who sit 1, 2, and 3 in championship points. We've got an exciting night of racing coming your way. But up first,
who's getting the whole shot?
And the first gate drop of the South African GP.
Oh, who's gonna Yamaha? Oh, pushed out.
Sweeps a little wide.
McElrath
on the inside, as is Enzo Lopes, and Anstey gets pushed back to 3rd.
Now remember, the story in this race is Anstey only needs to get 7 to lock up this championship. Shane McElrath, though, out of the gate and in control of this first heat.
Picking up right where we left off.
Soul Man straight to business tonight.
With a little kick out there. But the battle late.
Max Anstey, you're going to have to get going, brother. Not really. He doesn't really have to do anything. He can just keep it on easy mode tonight.
Since the first lap of practice, and now he's got clear.
But if you're Shane with the season that he's had, man, you just want to go out and win them all. Just show that if you didn't have the mechanicals you had, that you would have been part of the business.
That's only going to help Shane get away.
Yeah, Shane's got the clear track. Conditions are the best they'll see all night long. And for Max Anstey, if he wants to win this race, a quick pass on Enzo Lopes would put him in position to make that charge. But it looks like they've settled in. Colin Park now sits 4th as Shane McElrath continues to check out on Enzo Lopes and Max Anstey.
This might be the best that the track has been all day. We might see some
the track looks great.
Times get laid down early in this race as these guys.
It looked really dry earlier, but it's looking good right now.
Ripping through the whoops. He's up over 2 seconds right now. Here comes Anstey around the outside. Lopes tries to play it cool up the inside defensive, and Anstey's around, and now it's his shot at some clear track and a clear run at the number 1.
Now let's see if Max is going to go after Shane. This right now, if it stops, he wins the championship. How hard does he go now?
Well, that's been the question you and I have had all week long. Is it about the title or is it about the race win? And he told us earlier today in qualifying, he told Chris and Pete, I don't really even know the math. I'm just here to race. So my guess, you're going to see a hard charging 99 right now. He's going to take a run at Shane.
Oh, you've got Bobby as a team owner. You better take a run at Shane.
In 3rd. Colin Park 4th. Cody Schock is up to 5th. And there is some traction on this track. It will dry out throughout the night. Practice and qualifying was really dry. So, Jace, I have to imagine right now they're kind of reevaluating the traction underneath them.
Yeah, and a lot of these guys were making big bike changes early through the day. I wonder how many guys changed from the Super Bowl or from their qualifying into tonight. That's probably going to play into this a little bit. It's just what the bike is going to do under them in these racing conditions.
And for Max Anstey, he's said multiple times how much he loves his bike this season. Not a lot of changes, maybe a click or two in one direction or the other this season. But for Shane McElrath, if there were changes, they were made in the right way. He has pulled out
He is
3.5 seconds on Max Anstey. Look, we spent a lot of time talking about the championship.
Not waiting
and how
around
important
for
it is
any
for
of
Max.
that.
But how about for Shane showcasing for the teams of World Supercross? Hey, I haven't got a win yet as the #1 defending rider. He might get one right now, putting on a great clinic in this 250 class.
And when you're the guy that has the #1 plate on your bike, you have to get a win on the season. It is massive. He was so close last weekend in Sweden. He just got beaten by Enzo Lopes. This would be massive in terms of momentum, in terms of his career going forward. It's been a struggle, but he is really riding himself into form at the back end of this season.
And those struggles have been pretty rangy. He started the season out with a little bit of a
That rear end's
sickness.
looking really
At
soft. I
round
don't know.
two, there
Maybe
was
you need it,
mechanical
but
issues, had him swapping bikes to the
like he
backup
just
bike, back to the race
racked
bike.
the rear end there.
And then since Australia, it's been getting better and better and better. And now maybe the best we've seen him all season. Yet Max Anstey is starting to close.
And you have to remember, we are in a true world championship. 5 continents over 6 weeks. These guys have not been able to ride. They haven't been able to test their bikes. That is a massive factor for these guys.
I would be so jet lagged. You send me to 4 different, million different continents trying to race my dirt bike or whatever he said. That's wild.
Then we go to Vancouver, super soft and ruddy. To Australia, back to hardpack. Sweden a week ago, maybe one of the softest races I've ever seen. And now back onto the hardpack. So talk about the range of difficulty on the track as well. These guys have been really put through the ringer this 2025 World Supercross Championship.
And you just get so little time on the track to change. You think about the bike setup that you would have been running in Sweden to this. It's chalk and cheese. You only have a couple of sessions on the track. Everybody is working overtime to figure it out.
Except Eli Tomac. He's going to run the paddle tire no matter what. Concrete doesn't matter.
Little by little on the clock. He's under 3 seconds. But mathematically, the way they're riding right now, it would take a mistake from Shane for Max to really close that gap. I haven't seen one hiccup out of Shane McElrath since that first run through the whoops. And maybe Max has a little more speed, Chase, but it's not enough in a quick 8-lap sprint.
Well, and these laps are counting down, and we are only a couple of laps from crowning a champion if it stays like this. But this is going to be absolutely massive. Massive for Shane's confidence. And think about the overall team title that we're going to be handing out right now as well. You've got the Pipes Motorsports Suzuki team versus Quadlock Honda. There is a Quadlock Honda out front right now that is adding to that tally as well.
Stacking the points for the team championship. Max Anstey, again, said earlier, I'm not worried about the championship. Math is on his side. A 7th or better in this race. And this man right here will be your 2025 World Supercross champion as he continues
that was
to
a good run
forward,
there.
chipping away, now almost to 2 seconds. Little mistake right there. And for Max Anstey, I have to imagine just getting the championship over with it, getting it out of conversation might help him as well, because as much as he's tried to avoid it, we have not let him off the hook.
And I was at Star Racing the first day that Max came back from injury. He got a motocross bike, he went to a local turn track, and he is just the definition of a grafter, as they say in the UK. Putting in the graft to get back. Majorly disappointing 2025, but I've got a feeling that this second World Championship just might make up for all of the hardship that he's faced so far this year.
And he's mentioned since the opening night in Buenos Aires how important it is to win this World Supercross champion for himself, for his hometown, for his family, for his team. This one's been big for him, and he's been great all season long. And for your defending
Shane's been in the business a long time too. He's not making no mistakes. He's about to ride this bad boy in.
Turn the story around a little bit. All right, be good on the final night. Shane McElrath.
Yeah, those Quadlock Hondas, they're looking good though.
It's sprint race number 1 of SX2, and there is your champion, Max Anstey, on the GSM Yamaha team. A phenomenal season, a championship season, and that 99 turns to a 1 in 2026.
Well, he made the math very easy for us with the 2nd place. Man, that's so cool. He had his son out with him doing the lap in the opening ceremonies. He's been soaking this whole championship in. He's been enjoying traveling the world with his family, and he's won himself another championship. This is one of the feel-good stories of the year.
The fans are stoked. You and I are happy. I'm sure the team is as well. But this man is a competitor. I wouldn't be surprised
if he's not as happy as we are. See, you can even see, a little fist bump.
That looks like relief to me. That looks like a relieved champion.
They're bringing over the jersey with the big number 1 on the back.
No, it ain't done yet, though. You guys still got to do all the laps.
I've got the
And
number 1
great ride, yeah, and a great solid ride to get the job done. This will be your champion moving forward. That one will go on to the Yamaha in 2026.
Oh, nice touch with the goggles too, the British goggles.
That's it. The 10 points from the heat race is all he needed.
The 2025 World Supercross champion.
Presented with that number 1 jersey, you are now a 2-time FIM World Supercross champion in the SX2 division. How does that sound?
Oh, it's pretty awesome, man. That's a tough race out there, man. It's been a great season and awesome to visit all these special countries and to be a part of this World Supercross Championship. You know, I can't give it up enough to my wife and little one. They're up there. Little guy came and did a little sight lap with me on the opening show. That was pretty cool. Getting to travel around with them. The whole crew back in America, the Star Racing Yamaha crew, Trevor, Brad, my mapping, Jake, the suspension man. Bike never missed a beat. She's been solid, and of course Serge and the whole team GSM guys here at the World Supercross. Thanks, Serge. I see you over there, mate. Thank you very much for everything. It's awesome to be a part of this championship and to make this collaboration work with the US guys and be here for this. It's awesome. We've got 2 more races to go tonight. Let's lock back in and get the job done.
Congratulations, Max, and of course, Austin Kent wrenching on that bike all season long. He has now only missed 2 GP race wins. Shane McElrath with the win in that GP race. Daniel?
I hope they can figure out why the tracks are so dry. Maybe make them look a little bit more like American Supercross. But they done a pretty good job with it this year.
And this man likes to win. He has won all 4 overalls this season, so maybe the perfect season no longer in play, but he has won every overall. Shane McElrath got one on him there, but you're a champion, Max Anstie. Congratulations on an amazing season. The SX1 division is coming up next, but first we look at the standings. Max Anstie, Shane McElrath passes Cody Schock for 2nd in points, so that is the battle to watch.
That's a wrap. Champion.
1 point separation between Shane McElrath and Cody Schock. That is the battle that we'll watch 2 more times this season.
Michael Hicks holding it down on the battery-powered bike. Yeah, I don't know how you do that. I don't know if anybody else has ridden one of those, but those Starks are almost impossible to ride. They're like cool to ride in the small stuff, but hitting big jumps on a Stark is uncomfortable.
Shane McElrath made the move that needed to be made, and he made it early on the start. The fans are fired up and ready to go SX1 racing first. A look back on sprint race number 1 of the 250s. Watch Max Anstie here, Jace. Great start as always, but he drifts a little wide. Shane takes advantage.
Yeah, and we look to the Super Pole as being
veteran move. Got to let off. Right under the inside. Thanks for that.
Shane really
where Enzo Lopes end up? On Max. I don't even watch him.
And for Max, he makes the pass on Enzo Lopes.
He kind of fell off the face of the planet. He was riding for Star and then said, no, I'm not doing outdoors. I'm going back to Brazil. And
but in the final lap and
that was kind of the end of Enzo Lopes.
I mean, Shane was just so flawless up front. Looked like Max settled in. He knew at that moment that the championship was coming. But this night of racing ain't over. I'll tell you what, that's a man right there who wants to win the final round and put one little stamp on this championship on his way out the door. And he showed it in race number 1 of the 250s.
Yeah, after the season he had, I'd want to too.
Battle tonight between the defending champ and your now 2025 champ. This night is not over for SX2. Here's the schedule. 2 sprint races up front, followed by a main event. Next, we go to SX1. It's an 8-lap race. Our first chance to see Christian Craig, Joey Savacci, and Jason Anderson battle it out on a big championship night.
I'd like to see Joey do well. I feel like he's always getting robbed. Right? He's always the guy that almost gets it and gets taken out or something crazy happens.
The World Championship is back.
First up is Buenos Aires.
Here we go. Drop the gate. Roxon goes right to the front. And here's Roxon inside on Cooper. Nice move there. Ken Roxon lights the candles here in Buenos Aires.
We've traveled 7,000 miles north.
The champ is back in town. Tomac with a great start. Here's Roxon trying to push the pressure. New leader here in Vancouver. Eli Tomac wins the overall.
We crossed the Pacific Ocean
To the sun-soaked Gold Coast.
Deegan's going after the reigning world champion. Roxon into the woods. He's got him.
Ken Roxon wins the overall. We hit our 4th continent from 5.
Savachi's right there with Anderson. The world championship is at stake. Oh, down and down goes Joey. Here comes Jason Anderson. He lights the candles.
This is World Supercross. And as we look at the SX1 standings for the 2025 World Supercross Series, you will see Jason Anderson on top, but only by tiebreaker. He's actually tied with Joey Savachi at 126. 1 point back is Christian.
The Suzuki still competitive, the 08 model.
Before we drop the gate, let's hear from Jason Anderson, who was with Kristen Beat yesterday.
Jason, you always say during interviews, I'm just having fun, but I think sometimes that can be misinterpreted to mean you're complacent. But the way you raced in Sweden, that was not complacent by any interpretation.
Obviously, the competitive side of me comes out because I feel like your self-worth is really attached to your results, you know? So like sometimes when you do good, it makes you feel good to be able to, you know, keep moving forward and working hard. And I have a whole team behind me that is like a family.
There is a championship on the line this weekend, 1 point separating 3 prestigious riders. How do you approach the weekend?
It's nice to be able to come into this and you don't have to really like tiptoe or anything. The only thing I can go out there and do is win. So I think that is more pressure in one aspect, but also takes the pressure off in another aspect to where you just kind of got to let your guard down and let it fly.
Jason, best of luck this weekend. We've enjoyed watching you race all season, especially that block pass on Joey Savachi in Sweden. Best of luck this weekend.
Yeah, thank you.
Three races to decide the 2025 World Supercross champion in the SX1 division. What a season so far for Jason Anderson, Joey Savachi, and Christian Craig. The fans have made their way inside the stadium for a championship battle. Jace, this is going to be a good one.
And this first race sets the tone for tonight. We know these guys are fast. There was a 10th between them in Superpole, so we know that speed is not going to be an issue for these big three. But how does this one play out? This pays points to the championship. We are going to have a lot of answers, I feel like, after we go racing in this first race.
And we might find out right away in the first lap of sprint race number 1. You see Christian Craig to the far left. That is the inside of a right-handed first corner. To his left, Joey Savachi. Luke Clout was ripping today in qualifying in Superpole. Jason Anderson, one to the outside of him. And you have Colt Nichols in gate number 5. This one is going to be good.
Oh, we got Chase Sexton.
Of a second between the
I'm just kidding. It's not Chase Sexton.
In the SX1 division, 1 point between them. It couldn't get any better. 3 races to decide the 2025 World Supercross champion. And the first gate of the night for SX1 drops
now. Joey Savachi and Anderson.
Anderson goes wide. Savachi
goes
gets
wide.
the double.
What's it gonna be?
And
Oh,
Anderson
he goes
will be
for
on
it.
the
Oh,
side of the track. He rolls in.
My man
with
wants
Savachi,
it.
who takes the lead. Christian Craig up the inside. What does Anderson do here?
Oh, he has
I don't know how the
so
AMA in America would feel, but it's World Supercross, baby.
Early. All right, that is what Jason Anderson is going to do then tonight.
All right, look at the 3, and Luke Clout might play a role in this.
Jason's trying to get going.
Riders down in the rhythm
And
section.
Savachi, oh my
Anderson
God, we
takes
got
the
people
lead
flying into
as
the
Craig
whoops.
tries to make the move on his teammate,
Duck,
but comes
brother,
up just
duck.
short.
And we have the big 3 in this championship conversation. 1, 2, and 3 in this race. Joey Savachi.
They got a couple big lines through there.
Oh, Christian Craig to the ground. He's going to have to make up a lot of ground in a short amount of time. It's an 8-lap sprint.
Wow.
I mean, that's tough for the guy who is one down. Look at Savatgy makes a mistake there, but think back to a week ago. These two came together. Savatgy got the bad end of it. He was on the ground. Anderson gets the win in the overall. These boys remember, and it might be time for Joey Savatgy to do something about what happened in Sweden. This might be a shot at it.
Joey Savatgy played it very, very cool in Sweden, but it looks like he has his teeth out in these opening laps. Playtime is over. Let's not forget, Joey does not have a major 450 Supercross title. This is his chance.
Here's Christian Craig on the Dragon's back, hits the back tire. So now this would be the second issue. He went down in the corner before the straightaway back towards the finish line. So that would be a second issue on the lap. And when it goes to Anderson and Savatgy, you have to remember that this is a game of speed, and Joey has had it the last 3 weeks. He's been the faster of the two. Anderson's had the better racecraft. We're about to find out if speed can overtake craft right here.
Yeah, and I just think you said that perfectly. Joey has been so fast. He's been so technical. But Jason Anderson has been in this situation before, and he has thrived in this situation before. Unanswered questions for Joey. Jason has that confidence.
And it's clear with Jason Anderson out front, if you're Joey Savatgy, this title will not be given to you. It will have to be taken.
Joey looks like he might have more speed.
He goes roll, triple, double. Some options on this track played out earlier in Super Bowl. Jason, we're seated again now.
And these boys have not been within half a second of each other this entire race. We're 4 laps in, and they are still within half a second.
Now remember, every race in World Supercross counts towards the championship, but these sprint races give just a little less than half points. So it's 10 for first, 9 for second, 8 for third, and so on. So if you are Jason Anderson, winning this race would give you 1 more point, Kristen.
Both Dustin Pipes, team manager for PMG Suzuki, and also Yariv Konski, team manager for Quadlock Honda. I asked them both what they were telling their riders today. Yariv told me he told Joey Savatgy, go out there and do it. On the other hand, Dustin Pipes told Jason Anderson absolutely nothing. He said, Jason is a pedigreed champion. He knows exactly what to do. The best thing I can do is give him space. That's how I support Jason Anderson. 2 completely different methodologies for those 2 riders.
And Jace, we had a chance to talk to Dustin Pipes earlier today. He's stressed. He said he's feeling it. But on the other hand, his rider, the one on the bike, Jason Anderson, told you, I'm just here to win a race, championship, whatever. And you told me you really like that attitude out of Anderson.
Oh, that Suzuki looks good.
The definition of cool, calm, and collected. And I think that in championship nights like this, when there's so much external pressure and so much head noise, when you can genuinely be the guy that is that chill, it's got to just play into your favor so much.
He is riding great right now. He's starting to extend his lead over Joey Savatgy just a bit. You see the championship points as they run. Anderson would be up 1 if it finished like this, but for Christian Craig, he is going to need to make a pass. He's going to have to make multiple passes just to get back to single digits. Anderson is now starting to throw whips. Maybe that's because he doesn't hear Savatgy as close, but he seems to be getting more comfortable while Joey's starting to make little mistakes.
Yeah, and you can see that Joey is really on the edge of the racetrack. He's trying to open.
And that's Jason Anderson, jersey untucked, throwing whips, hanging it out. When he's doing that, he's riding. He's riding good. And whenever he does that, he wins championships. And it looks like he might be doing that tonight.
He's got a bit of the magic that's coming from that. He's out front right now as these laps click down.
And Jason was not as fast as Joey today in the Super Bowl, but he was playing around, doing no-footers, doing big whips. He wasn't concerned with it because when the gate drops, that's when you get the points. And since this gate has dropped, he has been on the gas. Remember, though, he had an issue on that opening lap, doubled his way off the track, worked back into the line, and then was pretty aggressive with Joey Savatgy right there in the 3rd corner. Oh, and this is going to be a massive loss for Joey. He makes the big mistake, and the lead is starting to slip away.
Yeah, and they said at Riders Meeting
Jason's going to take this one.
They praised the guys for how good that they'd been all season, but they said, let's decide this championship on the track and not with the FIM officials. Remember back, Christian Craig lost 5 points in the Gold Coast. I mean, if you're looking where he's at now with that mistake, I bet he wishes he would have those 5 points back, but he has made some passes. He's in 6th place now.
Up to 6, you see Simonson in 5th with a great ride for Rick Ware Racing. Colt Nichols in 4th. That's
tough
Jason
for Craig.
Anderson's teammate on PMG Suzuki. But for Jason Anderson, man, this is a guy who thrives on new. Think back to his 250 days. He rode for Rockstar Suzuki. They switched to KTM. All new, wins the championship. Ryan Dungey goes on a 3-peat in the Monster Energy Supercross Championship. The year he's gone, big change coming. It's Anderson who takes advantage and gets the win. Then he switches to Kawasaki years later. First year with a new team, aluminum frame, all that change, and he thrives there as well. Now he's got, let's see, that's Cameron Durow.
Cameron Durow, you need to get up out the way, brother.
For Jason Anderson, Jace, he's with a new team in a new championship, new personnel, and he just thrives in these situations.
It just seems like he's one of those guys that, like you said, he just thrives in the chaos. And sometimes the change is exciting and something to work through. He's so naturally talented. And when you're that talented, can you just get bored with how easy riding can become?
And for Jason Anderson, this would be his 3rd win of the season. It's Jason Anderson who takes sprint race number 1.
There's that.
What a ride for El Hombre.
What you gonna do, Savachi?
Absolute perfection once he got through the first couple corners. And he was phenomenal in that one. And Christian Craig puts his head down, charges all the way to the finish.
That's tough, brother. That's
gets
tough.
to 5th place. Now remember, the main event,
Maybe you
the
get,
final race of the night,
lucky, but I don't know, brother. I don't know.
Christian Craig, keep yourself in this thing, but he may have his back against the wall here. He may have to win out the night and have a little help from Jason Anderson and Joey Savachi.
If you're going to have a bad race,
that A-Kid looks good, though.
But that is going to put him in a hole that he needs to dig himself out of tonight. El Hombre, he had the perfect start, and Savachi is well and truly in this thing. 1 point, keeping those boys apart again.
Sprint race number 2 will give the same amount of points, but Anderson grabs all of them here, Kristen.
With his 3rd race win of the season, Jason Anderson, way to set the tone tonight on championship night. Take no prisoners right out of the gate, huh?
Yeah, it was kind of a crazy start. Joey's going for it. I'm going for it. Crowd, I hope you liked it.
The track conditions have changed dramatically from where they were at earlier in the day to what you guys are racing on now. What did you take an accounting of during that GP race?
Just what I needed to do to be better than them. That's about it.
Thanks so much, Jason.
That's it.
And he was better than them just by a little, but that might be all it takes, Jace, to win this championship.
Intro miles of championship.
Knock him out. You just got to beat him by a little bit. That's how tight these championship points are. Jason Anderson grabs all of them there. He gets the 10. Savachi grabs the 9, and back to Christian Craig. 6 points in the race, so he loses 4 more to Anderson, putting him 5 down in the championship standings with 2 races to go. Sprint race number 2 up next, and of course that 12-lap main event to close the night. What a start to the night. Jace Max Anstey takes care of his business in SX2. Jason Anderson takes care of his business. But in SX1, I mean, we've got 2 races to go, and Joey Savachi still has not using, I'd say that, the revenge move. If it's there, he had some issues in Sweden a week ago, maybe a little bit there. But watch this start for Anderson. Now he's going to drift wide and tries to pull this double, which he does off the side of the track. And he slows up. He's lucky he did not hit a tough luck there and end the night. Savachi would take the lead, but right here, Anderson decides, I'm going to cut underneath, make the pass, and from that point on, it was all offense for Anderson.
Yeah, and Joey Savachi had his teeth out that entire main event. Christian Craig, I mean, that was maybe the worst start that he could have had to this night. But to give him credit, he charged the entire race, ended up in 6th, and he is still in this championship with final race paying maximum points.
Big pass right there on his way back to the front. Christian was ripping, but Jason Anderson got up front, took care of business, gets the first win of the night. 2 to go.
We're going to bring on Yuriv Konski, the team principal.
Anderson strikes first.
The team who has 2 riders fighting for the championship. A good start, tougher start in SX1. Where are your emotions right now?
It was great to see Shane ride the way we all know he can. It was a really strong performance from him. He's really attacking the track since this morning, since the first practice. I think we'll see another performance like that again. The pressure's obviously off Max now that he's won the championship, but Max doesn't want to lose races. Everyone wants a perfect season considering how well he's gone this year, but turn my attention to SX1. The emotions are running high. Definitely a championship up for grabs. Those 2 sprint races, there's only a point between the 2 of them. So even if Jason was to win the next sprint race, if Joey was to win the final race, that guy takes the overall. So we'll just see who wants it more, who's willing to push it. The track...
It's going to go down, is what it's going to do. But Joey Savacci better watch out because playing
arguably isn't where
playing cat and mouse with Jason Anderson is a tough game to play.
And right now, in that particular race, Jason pushed pretty hard.
Now, you just watched the vision. We just had it on screen. What's your take on Anderson going off in that first rhythm lane? Is that all square from your standpoint? Do you think he did enough to not gain an advantage in that scenario?
Honestly, I mean, he pushed through the straight. You saw him turning on the dirt as fast as he possibly could. One would argue that he was trying to get on the track as quickly as he could. Some would argue that he lost a position to Joey. So it's really difficult. The officials will make their own decision at the end of the day. But, you know...
My man said, I got a problem with it.
Unfortunately, Christian crashed. The other 2 fastest riders this evening were out in front, and it set the tone for the night. We'll see what happens in the next 2 races, but yeah, I'm definitely nervous.
Yuriv, I'll let you get back to your duties. You've got some riders to attend to. Good luck the rest of the night. And again, Jace, SX2, he gets the win. It's a great start of the night, and then that one was a little bit tougher, obviously with Christian going down, Joey losing the race there, but I mean, we're just getting started.
Oh, man, and he just has a massive night tonight with this team championship up for grabs for Yuriv as well.
Quad Lock Honda team has been beyond impressive this year. They got that championship in line, but they want that SX1 title. Let's take a closer look at how these motorcycles work on these tracks. On a Supercross track, everything starts with the engine, which is the source of a racer's power. Inside a 4-stroke dirt bike engine, you have high-quality performance parts like the piston, the valves, and a camshaft. And when the spark plug ignites the mix, the crankshaft turns that explosion into rotation, while the clutch and gears turn that motion into speed. That's where the throttle comes in. Some riders are aggressive, riding with explosive bursts of speed, while others are smoother, rolling on the throttle to carry momentum and build speed through efficiency. A rider's gearing choice with the front and rear sprocket affects the power delivery dramatically, with some racers choosing a high gear ratio for quicker power or a low gear ratio for longer power. The clutch is a tool that can bring everything together if used correctly. A quick slip of the clutch can speed up the bike's response, add punch out of a corner, and deliver instant power exactly when it's needed. But the bike's performance doesn't stop at the motor. The chassis is what connects that power to the ground. It balances rigidity and flex. If it's too stiff, the bike feels harsh. If it's too soft, the bike flexes around the track. The suspension, which is the forks up front and the shock in back, work in unison to absorb landings, track through ruts in the corners, and maintain traction over the entire track. Riders constantly fine-tune the compression and rebound on the suspension, meaning it stiffer for jump faces and whoops, and softer for comfort through corners. Then come the brakes. The best riders don't just stop with them, they use braking to settle the bike into corners and use only the amount needed to maintain momentum around the entire track. In Supercross, it's all one system: engine, chassis, suspension, and brakes, and when they're all in sync, the bike becomes rideable at full speed, and most importantly, becomes raceable on a Supercross track. Jace, let's pivot back to SX2. The championship conversation is now of the past. Of course, we're going to get the big celebration later tonight after the main event, but Max Anstey has won this title. We'll take a look at the SX1 championship standings first. Though 136 to 135, Anderson is now up 1. Christian Craig, as you said, is only 4 down. If he wins this next race in SX1 and then wins finale, he still could win this championship. It's not over.
That puts him in a massive pressure cooker situation, though. I would not want to have to win 2 races in a row on this track with this competition.
And in SX2, the title fight is over, but it's on for the second position. Shane McElrath came in a few points down on Cody Schock. He gets him in race 1. So our attention will shift to McElrath versus Schock in championship points, the battle for second, and of course the battle for the night and the overall here in South Africa. This is Kristen Beat with Shane McElrath.
Shane McElrath won GP Race 1 in the SX2 class, your first win of the season. How relieved were you to finally get that win in? How confirming was it?
It's good. That's what we've been working for, and we still got some work to do. I want to finish out the GP on top, so I want to hear that national anthem play tonight. We've been working hard with the Quad Lock Honda team, and it's nice to have some good speed, so praise the Lord.
How happy were you to get it done for Yariv, who all throughout this season has had such belief in you and your program?
Yeah, it's been a hard pill to swallow how the year's gone so far, but Yariv, he's been patient. He's like, all right, these are the things that we need to do, and so we've been working together as a team, and that's what's been a lot of fun. It's not just like go fix it, go do it. It's like, all right, what do we need? How do we get better? So it's been a lot of fun.
Shane, best of luck in the second race of the evening.
And that is a man right there who needs to get a win in this championship. Again, you're defending champ, and this is a showcase ride for all the riders outside of Max Anstey. Put one on the board late in the season. Remind everybody before we leave that I can be the man next year and challenge Max for the championship in 26.
Yeah, and let's not forget, this championship will be back very soon, and it is going to be bigger and better next year. There's rides on the line for these guys. This is what they do for a living. Tonight can make a statement, and for Cody Schock, this is huge. If you can go out there and if you can beat a guy that has won this championship for second place in this series, huge going into next year. And listen to this crowd right now in South Africa. This is a vibe.
Is that Cranberries? I think that's Cranberries playing right now. The crowd is singing along. Should we join them or?
Yeah, this is unreal. This crowd, I mean, they were singing every word of the national anthem. This is what the World Championship is all about for me, is taking the best riders in the world to these fans that just never get a chance to see their favorite riders. The reception for the fans has just been amazing walking around here today. We had a bunch of VIPs doing track walk, and now the stadium has come alive.
Yeah, and the riders have taken in the culture, man. We go to Buenos Aires. I mean, that fan base was rowdy. I mean, they were all there from the very first lap of practice. Seats were full, never left. Then, of course, you go to Canada, back down to Australia, the Gold Coast, maybe one of the wildest Supercross nights I've ever been to. Obviously, you were a little extra happy about that one, Jake.
Yeah, look, I'm biased about the Australian round. That was the round of the year for me. But I tell you what, this is my first time in Cape Town, first time in South Africa, and these guys are here tonight. This is unbelievable. Listen to these guys.
I know, still singing in key too. Nice work. Then to Sweden, then to South Africa, and now to Kristen Beat, who's with Cullen Park.
First GP race of the night. Tony Alessi told me earlier in the day this would be a track that falls into your wheelhouse. Why do you think that is?
Yeah, you know, being on the Moto Concepts team, I've been in California back at home, riding a lot of hard packed at the Honda track, and yeah, I feel comfortable in these conditions. I've been feeling good all day, and yeah, happy to start tonight with the third place, but we got 2 left, and yeah, got to stay focused, and I want to be back up on that podium.
Looking towards the podium, Daniel, this has really been a showcase season for Cullen Park.
Absolutely. I mean, this guy has been on the gas, and maybe tonight is the night he puts that bike on the top of the podium. He's going to have to be better in race 2 and in race 3, but he sounds confident there. Let's go racing. SX2 race 2. Laps And the battle between Shane McElrath and Max Anstey may be on. Max Anstey is your champion. The conversation of being a champion is in the past. Now it's just about winning races, and Shane McElrath is on fire tonight. You got Cody Schock still in the mix for second in points. Jace, there's a lot to be excited for in race number 2 of the 250s.
Oh, and I just love seeing that visual of Shane on the gate. He's just nodding. He's in the moment right now. And I tell you what, he needs a win. Title implications for him might be over for the win. But we have everything still to play for these podium positions. These guys are going to sort it out over these next 2 races.
Max Anstey will be in gate number 1 on the far inside. If we look back on sprint race number 1, he had a perfect start, but he went wide. Shane McElrath, dove under.
Spit it out, brother.
Took it from him and then went on an absolute tear. Max did show some great speed in that race, but ultimately settled in to win his championship. And with that conversation in the past, I have to imagine that this man, as he said, will lock back in on a track that's holding up pretty good, Jace.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I'm not 100% sure. Even if Max had to win that championship, that race, I'm not sure that he would have caught Shane McElrath for that win. Shane was absolutely ripping.
3 minutes till gate drop. And the McElrath, Anstey, Schock, Lopes, and Park battle will continue 2 more times this season. Your final sprint race of 2025 is coming up next. Welcome back to Cape Town, South Africa for sprint race number 2 of the SX2 division. Who is the rider of the round? That is your choice. Grab your phone, scan the QR code, pick your favorite rider from Cape Town, South Africa. Maybe it's Cole Thompson. He was ripping in practice and qualifying today. Made it to the Super Pole. Was only, what, a 10th off of Max Anstey in Super Pole. So Cole Thompson had some speed earlier.
Yeah, and these guys were all so close. You've been saying it all day, but this slippery track, it's slippery, it's difficult, but all of these guys are managing to find their way around it, and you could throw a blanket over the top 5.
See Noah Viney there, Anthony Bordone, riding for the Quad Lock Honda team. Again, a reminder, there's a championship for the teams at stake. Quad Lock Honda has handled their business from opening night, stacking points. The PMG Suzuki team also, of course, with
Kyle Peters, the only guy rocking a neck brace.
Nichols, Jason Anderson, Kyle Chisholm, Robbie Wageman have stacked for them, but they're a little off tonight. They would have to have a clean sweep with some issues from Quad Lock Honda. And there's Uribe. We just had him on the show. I mean, it's got to be tough to be a team principal when you have a win in the opening night or an opening race of the night in Shane McElrath, the ultimate high, followed by a loss. Now we're back to SX2. I mean, and that's a man that lives lap by lap with his boys. Let's go down to Chris and Beat.
Yeah, Daniel, I've got Kelana Humphrey here. One of the most unique features on this track is that right-handed first turn. Now, the Stark has a slight advantage when it comes to that. Take me through your approach to that section.
Yeah, with the right-handed first turn, on the Stark, you actually have the option of running a handbrake and a foot brake. I really like the handbrake, so that's definitely an advantage coming in. I can still keep my leg out, and don't really have to worry too much since I got the rear brake on my hand.
Kelana,
Shout out
this is
to
also your
Aiden Zing,
first
39
season
sticker
racing
there.
the World Supercross Championship.
That's
What have
classy.
your takeaways been?
It's good. It's, racing. All these guys are really experienced guys, only being 18 years old and being kind of the young buck in the class. Just trying to learn as much as I can from everybody. And the destinations we've been to has been unreal, like South Africa, Australia, Sweden, these places are crazy. It's been really cool. I really love it. Hope I can do it again next year.
We've been enjoying watching you and the entire Stark team ride in the series this year, Kelana.
And Jason, a championship that is dominated by riders now in their 30s. You've got an 18-year-old kid here who came out in practice today and threw it right up front and was battling with Shane, battling with Max. You and I talked about it. That's what you're supposed to do when you're one of the pups. Get up there and learn it. He did a lot of that earlier today.
And I tell you what, if you got Instagram on your phone, go and give him a follow. He is one of the most creative, one of the coolest riders that we have on two wheels. But yeah, you're right. 18 years old. He's a sprightly young fella out there, and he He threw it in there with the boys, and look, he's got better every round. A tough ask for him, but he's got better every time that he's rocked up.
There's Max Anstey on the inside. Drive into the hole shot, lost it in the first corner. But looked good the rest of the race. I mean, he looked efficient. It was a perfect ride, just not a perfect race because of that first corner. And Shane obviously is a man on a mission tonight.
Yeah, and he's just
Shane put it down early.
so
He
all
wasn't
day.
giving
And
that
like
one
I
up.
said, I mean,
He had a
maybe
statement to prove, and the
championship
statement is
implications out the
that if he
window,
wouldn't have
that's
had
just a straight-up
the
race.
mechanical
Maybe
issues
Max
he'd
Anstey
had
does
this year,
not
he
have
feels
what it
like he'd have
takes
been
in
up
that
there.
moto to beat Shane McElrath. That is how good he was riding.
And maybe he doesn't tonight. That's the fun of Supercross is every race is different. Every gate drop is different. He's now lost 2 races in a row for a guy who won 11 straight. And he's got to be questioning that right now. Like, hey, is this just been because of the title talk surrounding me nonstop? Or did Enzo elevate? Has Shane elevated? What do I got to do to get this one back? Maybe he doesn't have it tonight, or maybe we see one of the best battles of the season right here in sprint race number 2.
We just had the shot of his helmet right there. No goggles on. I would love to know what is going through his mind right now. Is this just the pressure's off, go and send it, or is he thinking about what that world championship means for him and for his career now going forward?
Here's the event standing so far through 1 sprint race. Shane McElrath sits with 10. I love that format where all the races count towards the championship. You can't just ease your way into the night and then be big at the very end. You've got to be big all night long.
Daniel Blair's a fan. I don't know. I kind of like the points in the heat races too.
Get another podium on the season. And I got to be thinking about Max Anstey right now. I'm questioning my first turn execution. He's always the first one to it, but he's lost the lead in the first corner multiple times this season by driving a little too deep.
Well, and it looked like Shane just had that one out of the jump. He was up on his feet so quick. He had his weight back on a slick start straight like that. It just looked to me like Shane absolutely nailed that start. Obviously, Max had the advantage with the Super Pole win. He got to pick his gate, but it honestly didn't matter. Shane executed so well.
30-second board goes up. The tension starts to rise.
It's about to go
I have
down.
a feeling that this South African crowd is about to come alive again.
Well, they're standing. You see the kids out in the stands. They're the ones standing, loving Supercross, coming to Cape Town, South Africa. Noavani joins the gate. You see Cole Thompson, 1 gate to the outside of McElrath. Lopes, 1 gate outside of him. Those were your 4 fastest today in Super Pole. The board goes sideways, up goes the revs, and the gate will drop in South Africa.
Who's it going to be?
And it's McElrath up the inside, a carbon copy start.
Same thing
Anstey
again,
to the
Max.
outside. It's Enzo Lopes in second. There's
far out.
Cole Thompson, Maxime Desprez.
Lopes bullies his way in
Morgan
there.
Hicks in the top 6.
Carbon copy of Moto 1. Will we get the same result? Enzo Lopes looks like he really wants his
Oh, Desprez is down. Thompson
Oh,
on
here
the
we
top
go.
of him. And it
Oh.
looks like some moisture was added to the corner. Every one of the boys had a rough go through that. McElrath almost put it on the ground. Here's the difference, though. Anstey is now ahead of Lopes a lot earlier than he was a moto ago. This one's on.
Max ran it in after that rhythm section. Maybe that answered our question. Max Anstey is going for the win tonight.
Anstey off the Dragon's back. Lopes right behind him.
We need to bring some Dragons back to
Watch
American
Shane
Supercross.
slides. Good save. Anstey drives Lopes deep, and then comes
he
the
was-
carnage.
he was trying to get after
Kyle
it.
Peters and Cody Schock take advantage
Ooh.
of the inside.
Brother got ran over.
Wow.
Hey, McElrath not hit the deck just then.
Because that's a man who wants to win so bad, needs to win so bad. And he stays up. You see him a lot more cautious into the corner of that lap.
Yeah, he took it all the way to the end there. That is crazy. I cannot believe he stayed up. We're on for a win tonight.
Oh, and he wants it so bad. He said this season has not been what he expected, what he wanted, but every race is an individual opportunity to showcase who you are, and there's a 1 on that bike for a reason. He was fantastic a year ago, and if he can end this season congratulating Anstey, hey, good job this year. but I'm ending this on top. That would be a statement going into 2026.
And yeah, that sets up the rivalry that goes into next year. It swaps to Max. Does it go back to Shane the year after? I tell you what, Shane is ripping right now, but Max's body language is completely different in this second race.
And he sits back about 1.8. And I'll tell you what, it was dry today in qualifying. They've added a lot of moisture to keep that dust down. This is a different type of slick, and it looks like the boys are kind of having to adjust right now in the moment.
And Max has been going to that outside line all day and carrying so much momentum through the outside. We saw him pass Enzo there. He has not switched that line at all.
Staying disciplined to the line he knows, the line he likes, as Shane McElrath continues to put clean laps down, a 54.3, but Anstie with the fastest lap of the race, a 54.2. He's warming up.
Yeah, we've got 4 laps. We're halfway through this thing, and we have a lot of racing to go. I have got a feeling that we might see that last turn action coming into play here.
Well, I love when you look at a track map and you start picking apart where the opportunities might come. And when a track crew builds one that has a big old 180 right before the finish line, I mean, it just sets up for dramatics. And if Anstie can get himself a little bit closer, the battle will be on as the laps wind down. McElrath, 1.7 over Anstie in a fight between the defending champ and your new 2025 World Supercross champion.
And this is for second in the championship. As I look at the board, Cody Schock is in 4th place. That is your battle for the 2nd place overall in this World Championship. And right now, Shane is looking like he wants that place.
McElrath, 1 point up on Schock in standings. 3 more if it stays as is. The battle between Lopes and Schock is pretty tight, under 2 seconds. There's Schock, you see going to the outside. And for Enzo Lopes, a solid season highlighted by a big win in the main event last week in Sweden. And wow, was that dramatic between the Rick Ware Racing team, his mechanic. I mean, they were just sick and tired of hearing about Max Anstie's perfect season, and he took care of it last weekend.
And I just love that Enzo is riding with an entire country on his back. You follow World Supercross on socials and you will just see Brazilian flags littered through the comments. When we have a round in Brazil, it is going to be insane. This is like the Justin Bieber of Brazilian motocross. I cannot wait. Please take us to Brazil.
He would love that a lot, even though I will say his toughest race of this season was Buenos Aires, Argentina. There was a lot of fans there for him. He was getting pulled left and right all night long. Sometimes the hometown crowd elevates you, and sometimes they distract you. But this man in Sweden was undistracted. Not even sure if that's a word, but hey.
Well, they're the best of the rest right now. These two have absolutely...
McElrath's looking good, though.
Yeah.
That's what I know.
McElrath is holding tough up front. I really think that you saw Max throw everything at it, lap 2, 3, and 4. Although he does still look like he's charging.
He's pushing. You see him rip that outside berm, but Jay, sometimes I think as a rider, when you give it everything you got and you get no reward, you start questioning what you're doing. And this man has just been flawless. I mean, it's just clean. It's calculated. The bike looks like it's working perfect. And that lead is now stretched to 2.1.
And these are two of the good guys in the sport. You want to see guys like this do well. They represent this world championship so well. Shane, a former champion of this series now. Max, a 2-time champion. We've got him out front. You're going to see these guys battle so hard, so clean all night. And man, Shane has really been through it this season, and this has just got to feel so good to be leading these laps. So
Max's bike looks a lot better through those whoops than Shane's does.
It's starting to reel him in.
From 2.1 to 1.5. It's closing down. He is running out of time. 1 lap to go, and he would have to have an amazing lap. Now, that was his best. Max goes 54.0 to Shane's 54.5, so that's a half a second, which means if he does it again, I mean, you're a 1.5 down. You're going to need to not only get to him, but you're going to have to pass him too. So for Shane McElrath, be smart, be solid, and this one's yours.
Yeah, he is just running out of real estate right now. Shane has not put a foot wrong. Oh, I tell you what, he does look closer though, doesn't he?
Yeah, we're down to 1.4.
Wow.
At the next sector time, we'll get now down to 1. He's got a half a second and half a lap. We talked about those 180s.
Yeah. We've been talking up this finish line all night. Could it happen? Oh, I don't know that he can be close enough.
Shane nails the corner, looks over his shoulder.
Oh.
It would have had to have been dirty. Shane McElrath.
It's starting to get spicy,
the
but
250s.
That's it.
Great race.
The main event's going to be good.
Charge by Max Anstey. And luckily for us, we've got one more to go in SX2. The main event will be a 12-lap race to close down South Africa. This one is far from over. Enzo Lopes third, Cody Schock fourth. Looks like Kyle Peters, Colin Park, Cole Thompson at 5, 6, 7. Hicks 8th, Kalana Humphrey with the top 10 and 9th. Nice ride, Kalana, and Robbie Wageman in 10th. Wow. That got close. That got really, really close. And Shane knows it. He looked over his shoulder and he said, all right, I see you. I got you, but I see you.
Yeah, and Max put in a charge early in that race. Didn't necessarily get rewarded for the charge that he put in, but he had a second dip. He had a second dip at it, got so close. And I tell you what, this last final main event is going to be unreal.
And Shane is with Kristen Beat.
Shane, not only your first race win of the season, but now you're backing it up, going back-to-back with the double here tonight, looking for the clean sweep. You were just talking with your mechanic about the whoops. What did you find?
It's changing every time out there. And yeah, we had another good start. It was really slippery that time on the first lap. So we took us probably half the race to get going, but praise the Lord, we got another win, and that's what we've been working for. I feel good on the bike, and job's not done. We got to keep going.
So Shane, I hate to distract you
Job's
from
not finished
that you're pursuing right now, but in the SX1 class, your two teammates are pursuing a championship. How has the climate been in under your tent?
About as good as it can be with a lot of pressure. It's we're working hard. I'm proud of those guys. Christian needs to stay in it. Joey needs to keep going, and yeah, it's all good.
Thanks so much, Joey.
What a ride by
Joey.
Shane McElrath.
That's Shane.
On the night, taking
Thanks
care
for that,
of his business, which leads him to an event score of 20 points. You see the 10 on top both races. Max Anstey 9-9, Enzo Lopes 7-8, so a better ride in race 2, but this one is far from over.
What's that?
Beautiful, right?
Oh, dude.
And joining us
SX2
now
heat
at
races
the
are
desk,
done.
Greg Menard, an
Here come the
absolute
450s.
legend and a hometown boy, somewhat, pretty close to home. Welcome to the show. Great to have you on.
Hey, Josh, thanks for having me. Yeah, it's great to be on the flip. So good to see Supercross in South Africa. I mean, I remember being a kid when Supercross came in, so it's got to be some time, right?
So, mate, you know exactly what it is like to win a world championship in South Africa.
Yeah.
2013, Peter Marisburg, you got it done. How cool is it, though, to have Supercross with some of the biggest riders in the world in your home country? And the fans have absolutely come out tonight.
I'm surprised. Like, there's a lot of people that have come out, and I grew up racing motocross. So, you know, Grant Langston and I had a few battles in like Pee Wee 50s, Pee Wee 80s, and so motocross is my background, and so I wasn't going to miss it. But when I got here, I couldn't believe the crowd just pulling in. So it's so nice to see like international racing back in South Africa, and wow, the guys are putting on a good show.
This show is going to come down to the wire. Your thoughts on Anderson, Savachi, and Craig and this three-way battle for the championship?
Who's winning? Who's winning?
I didn't hear you. It's too loud. It's too loud.
Singing.
Well, I mean, I've got it back, Christian Craig, right? Fox rider, Fox athlete. I've got to represent the team. So, I mean, I'd love to see him. I saw he had a bit of a crash. I hope he's okay, and I'm sure he's going to come back stronger in the other heat. But I mean, Jason Anderson looks so smooth and comfortable out the front. I mean, I saw Joey catch up to him a little bit in that last heat, but he just seemed to have the stamina, and just his timing was impeccable. Like, you couldn't fault him.
And we're going to find out, of course, in race number 2 coming up soon. Greg, thanks for joining us on the show. Absolute legend. We'll let you enjoy the rest of the night.
Thanks, guys. Thanks,
brother.
Cheers.
Race number 2, it was Max Anstie who drove it way deep. And like race number 1, Max Anstie goes a little wide.
Too far out.
To the lead, Enzo Lopes
Same thing happened in 450 class.
This one was dramatic. Look at Shane. What
on
a
the
save to keep the bike up. Took a lot of strength.
That poor bastard there just getting run over.
The rest of this race, and it sets up perfectly for one final battle in SX2 coming up later in that main event.
Yeah, and I think that answers the question. It was all on the line for Max Anstie in that first race. We're like, does he have the speed to beat Shane with just nothing on the line? Shane answers the question. He was all in on there speed-wise, ripping tonight.
And now 3 straight losses for Max Anstie. What? 1 to go to settle the score.
Max Ansie's off the gas. He wants it, but he's not gonna hurt himself to get it. He's the champ.
And the championship battle is heating up. It's SX1, race number 2. Jason Anderson, the big winner in sprint race number 1. Joey Savacci kept him honest. Sat in his shadows. He's going to have to be better than that if he wants to overtake the 21 of El Hombre. Christian Craig also in this title fight. Went down, had an issue later in the lap, fought back to 5th in a valiant effort, but now has to dig himself out of a hole if he wants to win this championship. This start is going to be super crucial for all 3 riders. The board goes sideways. SX1, race number 2, gate down. Anderson goes wide, Savacci up the inside, and it looks like Jorge Zaragoza out front on the Stark Future. Anderson is second. If he makes quick work of Zaragoza, he can clear track run away.
But he has Joey Savacci right behind him, and Christian Craig has got a much...
Look at Joey. He's lost 1, 2, maybe 3 spots now.
And Anderson is out front and hammering those whoops.
Zaragoza, Freeze.
Anderson's here tonight. He is.
I can't see Joey yet.
He wants to be the champ.
Craig down again in the corner that claimed half the 250 division, and his work is cut out
Craig's
for him
just
again.
not having a night.
Anderson leads. He took care of business in that first corner. Quick work of Zaragoza. Let's watch Christian Craig. You see Savacci to his left. Craig checks up right into the bottom of the berm. Got him.
Yep, all on his own. And gets drilled for good measure at the end of it.
Christian Craig has had a rough night in Cape Town, South Africa on championship night, while Jason Anderson has the best
Jason Anderson's having a championship night.
You've got Zaragoza second, Vince Freeze, who is maybe the best, I'd say the word best lightly, defensive rider in the sport of Supercross. I mean, Savacci's going to have to go through all these guys just to get clear track.
And if there is one guy that I do not want to have to pass in a championship battle, it is Vince Freeze. He has not been up there as much this season as I have thought that he would be. He is going to fight tooth and nail to keep that position.
Now, we talked to Yuriv Konski. Mathematically, with the way the format works, if you're Savacci, you just got to get to second. You would be 2 down with a chance to win the main event and wrap up the title in the final race of the season, which means pass Simonson here, get Luke Cloud.
How about the Starks running up there right now?
Okay, he's going to have to be very
Here we go. The batteries are at it.
He has 5 laps to keep his championship alive. He gives himself a chance to just control his destiny, win that last race, and then win the World Championship. But he has 5 laps to get into.
Who's this undercover Chase Sexton we got here?
A lot of great riders.
Yeah, I mean, his
Clout.
toughest pass might come first.
Right now.
Yeah, Luke Clout was a 10th off of the lead pack. As we see the Rick Ware Racing boys battling that Simonson and Miller. But for Savacci, this clock is going to tick down very, very fast. He's got to make this pass first, then get by Vince Freeze.
Yeah, these 8-lap races, they go by quick.
I mean, the worst situation imaginable in race 2.
You travel over 6 weeks, 5 continents, you race in all these different kind of conditions, and it comes down to 5 laps of absolute send to keep your championship hopes alive. That's not a position I would like to be in, but Joey Savacci, he's about to go up the inside of Luke Cloud. That's one more ticked off. Vince Prix is next.
That's one.
Excuse
4
me, I'm on the
big
way,
laps
man.
cover
I
the
got to
biggest
go.
of your season. 2 more passes, and you will control your own destiny in the final race of the season. But this here might be the toughest pass of his life. Vince Prix is not going to move.
You better run that bozo over and send his ass back to Arena Cross.
He just hasn't been up there this season. This is not going to be a position that he wants to let go of. And these starts out of the gate in this second race have been phenomenal.
A great run by Zaragoza and Prix sitting 2-3 for Stark Future. As you see Joey with an uptick in aggression. He knows the laps are coming down. He's going to have to make this move, make it quick, and it might be here. Does he do it aggressively?
He should. Boop. Oh, you should have sent him into the cheap seats.
Yeah, he just didn't get enough of a run in that rhythm section.
Let's go down to Kristen Beat with more.
Sebastian Tortelli told me earlier in the day, for the first time since the season started, they had a test week before Stockholm. The team traveled back to HQ in Barcelona, and they spent the week dialing in the power.
Make quick work of that.
We're seeing both Vince Prix and Jorge Zaragoza look so much more comfortable on the bike.
And I'll tell you what, if I'm Joey Savacci right now, I'm feeling really good about that pass. Big mistake. But I think Vince could have gone in there and done some damage if he wanted to, but he laid back. And now Joey has one more pass to make with just a couple laps to do it. And this thing will go to race 3 to the main event.
Vince was about as respectful as you could be to a guy that is in the heat of a championship battle.
Anderson's just having a championship night.
Really looks
Suzuki
like
looks good.
Open up that turn to get into that next rhythm section. Interesting that that's been the one place that has had problems with all night.
Roll, triple, big double for Joey Savacci. He's got the speed, no question. The last 3 weeks, he's been fastest in Super Pole. So with the clear track, he gets right to the back of Zaragoza. 2 laps remaining. And I'll tell you what, Jace, if he gets there after this ride, that momentum, that might be the lift he needs to wake him up before the main event. Because look,
yeah, I think if he gets second in both of these, he still wins the championship. So I guess he can still make it happen.
Get by the Stark Future.
So right now, if the finishes like this, it would be 3 points in it. They could tie. I believe Jason
Anderson's looking like that guy, though. The bike through the wolves.
For this world championship title fight.
You mentioned having your destiny in your
Joey's
own hands.
all over the place. Probably just trying to get on the throttle. There's no traction.
This pass, and he would. He could win race 3.
Kenny talked about that last week. You know, you just a little bit too much on throttle, 10%. Rear end steps out. Here he comes.
He has got 1 lap to keep
I thought he was going to cut the inside there.
And Zaragoza is just riding out of his skin tonight.
Joey pulls a tear off, looking for a way around. Now, Joey's been faster in the whoops, but Zaragoza has been taking the inside line, as did Joey. And he makes the pass.
Yeah.
A few corners from now, Joey Savacci will have destiny in his hands. He can win the championship, and Jason Anderson is right there. I'm telling
that's going to
you,
be sweet.
If I'm Joey, I'm feeling really good about this race. The fire is lit. And we're going to be in for an amazing race 3 if Joey Savacci can keep it together with a couple corners to go.
Man, he is riding like a guy that wants this world championship.
He's riding like a guy pissed off because he is not having the night he needs. He needed to be up front, make it easy on himself.
Jason Anderson wins sprint race number 2 of the SX1 division.
There it goes.
But the story is Joey Savacci, who made the passes that he needed to keep his championship alive. Main event, race 3, 12 laps to decide the World Supercross Championship. After one of the most important and crucial rides of Joey Savacci's career, he does exactly what he needs to do.
That is literally the biggest 5 laps of Joey Savacci's career. He needed to come in clutch. He came in clutch in that moment. We got Christian Craig on screen. That might effectively end his championship. That is
a P9 there is definitely going to be the end of that.
here in South Africa.
Tough crashes too. One early in race one, one early in race two. And it's Jason Anderson. Now, if you're Jason Anderson,
throwing nasty.
Time alone, you haven't been in the battle for a while. Savatgy is battled, bruised, scraped up, and ready. I think this sets up perfectly for both riders. Jason is going to get the best version of Joey Savatgy in race 3.
The gloves are off.
Oh, the gloves are off. And don't forget, Sweden happened.
Yeah, that's in the
The gloves are off. Well, hopefully he starts fighting in a minute.
And that elevates
Jason Anderson
anticipation.
putting belt to ass
Race for
tonight.
World Championship. Anything goes at this point.
That's how
Anything
you want it.
goes at this point.
And this crowd is fired up.
They know when Joey Savatgy made that pass on Zaragoza, they knew.
He's got a family-sized bag of ladies just up in the stands. South Africa is not America. I bet that beer wasn't $42 either.
Perfect night from Jason Anderson. 10 points in sprint race number 1, 10 points in sprint race number 2, which would give him 20 on the night. And Joey Savatgy, 9-9 for 18. He loses 2. They came in tied. The final race of the season, 25 points up for grab, 22 for second. Simple math says that's 3. And if you're Joey Savatgy,
better figure it out, Joey. Jason's coming for a championship. Boy ain't had one since 2018, and he wants another one.
I mean, bittersweet, you know, like obviously Christian Craig, this has just been, look, he might be out of the championship run, but he can hold his head high with the effort that he put in. So he's going to be bummed on that front, but he still has a dog in the fight, and that dog has a bone in his mouth right now.
And here's the standings, 146 to 144. Tough night for Christian Craig. A great night so far by Henry Miller, too, sitting in 5th in championship points, but the conversation is at the top. It's Anderson, Savatgy in a winner-take-all race 3. 15 races counting towards the championship. We've got 1 to go, and it will decide your 2025 World Supercross champion.
Yeah, this World Supercross series has been pretty good. I know the last couple of years it's been like one good race, but I think this series has been pretty good as a whole this year.
And joining us now is the CEO of the World Supercross Championship, Mr. Tom Burwell. Hey, if you were to script this thing before the season and we drew it out like this, hey, the final race will decide the champion, could you have it any better?
No. 3 worthy champions as well, right? Represents the last 6 weeks in the most perfect of ways, which is slightly chaotic, incredibly competitive, fast racing.
Now, you're no stranger to sporting events in South Africa. You had your own career. Did you know that South Africa was going to be like this? Because the national anthem, they sung every word, every song that comes in every break, they're singing. This place is absolutely going on.
Hey, look, I'm a bit biased, right? My house was a kilometre from here. My daughter was born half a kilometre from here. This is a very special stadium. This is an incredibly special country. And there are very few countries in the world that love their sport as much as this. One thing I will say is I wasn't expecting 20,000 South Africans to cheer on Supercross in this way. But this is why this sport exists like this. We'll go around the world educating fans like this.
Tom, we're actually going to head over now to Kristen B with Joey Savatgy after an incredible ride.
Joey Savatgy, you didn't take the win, but you stayed in the fight. You stayed in the hunt. Maybe the 5 most impressive laps of your career. What can you tell us about what that race was like for you and how you picked guys off one by one?
Yeah, it's not fun back there, I'll be honest. Start was good. Just, I got a little antsy exiting turn 1 and kind of spun out. And then a few guys were around me. And then, there's somebody, I don't know who, somebody kind of went up the inside of me before the after mechanics area, pushed me back, and I was kind of just stuck. And I know they're short races, so I was trying to be urgent, but I had a couple close calls, I'll be honest. My starts are good. I need to take it all the way to the first turn, and we saved the best for last.
This will be a winner-take-all finale, guys.
Yes, it will.
Winner take all. Let's
A
go.
little bit to the
It's like the W or the SMX
We're at the press conference.
3-round
It's
playoffs.
raining.
It always goes down to
Tell
the
me your
last race.
thoughts then versus your thoughts now after a wild tour around the globe.
I think the nature of what we do, both racing and this circus, is you're never quite sure what's going to happen next. And I think we entered into the season, and I'd be lying if I wasn't saying that I was slightly nervous. New destinations, new riders, new teams, new technology with an electric team. And where are we now? I'm really grateful for everything that we've seen, because it's been an incredible 6 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, so many questions coming into this championship. But I mean, I think from the fans' perspective around the world, from being at these events, I mean, I think you guys have ticked all the boxes that you were trying to tick in 2025.
Yeah, look, we've got such a long way to go. But what we've now been really clear is we know where we're going and we know what we're trying to do. We're trying to world-class riding around the world with some of these great teams, with incredible broadcast, with digital fans all over the world. And it's clear what we're trying to do. And I'm excited for the future, because the future is huge and the future is Supercross.
Tom, thank you so much for an amazing season. Let's close this thing out strong, and then we'll get started for the 2026 prep, and we'll do it all over again.
Yeah,
Thanks
we'll
for joining us.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks.
One of the coolest parts of World Supercross, of course, is the racing, but how about taking in the culture, which the boys did this week in a special and interesting way?
Should I do a safety check? Why is the cage bent?
Maybe it fell over right here. Maybe it just fell forward.
What's up, everyone? We are here in Cape Town, South Africa, and we are going to be shark diving today. Got Devin Simonson and Michael Hicks along with me. Yeah, I don't know. I hope we all make it out alive.
Final destination.
Okay, let's go.
All right, sure.
We're like Scuba Steve.
Yeah.
And then move across to the other side. Good job, mate.
Yeah, ain't no shot. No shot in hell I'm getting in a damn cage and letting the shark come and try to eat my ass off.
That's sweet.
Unreal. Shout out to World Supercross for letting us do this, taking us on this adventure.
Especially when they come face first into the cage right at you, and you just, that cage just rocks. You kind of become like a deer in the headlights, and it's just like, oh, what's going on? I'm grateful that I did not pass this opportunity up. That's a whole nother world down there.
And that is a big, giant nope.
Where were you?
Me.
Where were you?
Yeah, absolutely not. I'm with you, Daniel.
Possible, but I'll tell you what, Jace, that's one of the cool parts of World Supercross is the boys come into battle on Saturday, but the series has taken them to different places in each country based around that culture and really give them a chance to kind of take in, I mean, this long journey that we've been on kilometer-wise. What was it, 70-something thousand? 60,000 kilometers we've traveled, and I think that lightens up the mood on the way in. But I'll tell you what, when the gate drops, it's been a battle every week.
I'll tell you what, these boys are absolutely going for it tonight, and we've got a battle for the overall in SX2, and we've got a championship battle in SX1.
And that championship battle is alive because of Joey Savacci. Now, look, his starts have been great. He checked up a little bit there, and then it was mistake after mistake after mistake. And I'm thinking, is Anderson just going to just sweep this thing nice and clean, pull away? I mean, after this pass right here, he had done his job, but then came Joey Savacci and his chance to do his.
And it's just that right-hand first turn. We have seen so much drama in there. Christian Craig goes
That kid just sending it on that Stark, though.
and then Joey Savacci,
18 up there running with the big dogs on an electric motorcycle that handles like crap.
He really put it all
Yeah,
on the table. You can tell that he knew they were not his cleanest
impressive
laps,
stuff.
but they were the laps that he needed to get this done.
That one was big.
Crucial.
Up the inside of Vince Friesen right here. I thought Vince was going to go in and just remind him of who he is, but he didn't. Then came the pass on Zaragoza. And for Joey Savacci, again, I'm telling you, Jace, he is the one that's been in the battle. He's the one whose heart rate has been elevated. Jason's had a flawless night somewhat after that first corner in the first race, but I mean, this sets up, I think emotion-wise, this sets up perfectly between these two.
It might almost be harder to be Jason Anderson in this situation.
Yes, look at those points, 2 points up in a winner-take-all. And expand on that point, Jace. I mean, you've had a clean night. There's been no real distractions your way. It's been almost too clean.
Yeah, it's almost like anticlimactic in a way, you know, like the heart rate's low, you're kind of cruising. He's a chill guy as it is. Joey has been fighting for his life out there. He can just run on adrenaline now for this last race. He cleans up that first turn, gets in the mix with Ando early, and like we said, this is the last race of a world championship battle. All bets are off. The gloves are off. We are on in this last race.
25 points on the line in the final race for both classes. McElrath and Anstie, that's coming up next. Let's go down to Kristen Beat with more.
Thanks, guys. One of the more challenging sections of the track here is this Dragon's Back. When I was talking to some of the riders, they said, I haven't seen or raced on a professional Dragon's Back for maybe 15, 20 years. Some of our older riders in the series, some of our younger riders were so excited about the opportunity to really work through this section. So let's take a closer look at this. And I know, Daniel Blair, you're super excited to see one of these back on a Supercross circuit. But when I was speaking with Joey Savacci in particular, he said, through this section, you have to let the bike do all the work. You'll be tempted to maybe override or change your body posture, but that is not how you get through this section clean. He said, just like with golf, you let the clubs do the work and you just hang on.
Here on Track Walk, when I saw the return of the infamous and recently banned Dragon's Back, it's back. It's caused no issues. Well, Christian Craig did jump into the back of somebody in one race, so there's that. But I think it's a cool obstacle. It's technical, and it changes the entire track feel.
You know, the only thing it's missing?
That's like the entire point is to make the track challenging.
Missing out there to just take us all the way back.
Hey, if you want to vote for the ride of the round, you can do it right now. Pull out your phone, scan the QR code, and pick your favorite rider from Cape Town, South Africa, the final race of an amazing 2025 World Supercross Championship. And
I think the CEO is doing a great job, and
let's go
I bet
racing in
this series
SX2.
ends up being a huge series one day. Just a few years in, mismanaged, and got taken over by this guy. This guy's done a great job this year.
One final race for the SX2 division, and we close down the 2025 World Supercross Championship. What a great start to the night. Shane McElrath wins sprint race 1. He wins sprint race number 2. Max Anstie is your champion. He's wrapped it up. But if Max Anstie can win this final race, he'll get the overall. Jace, he's won 4 out of 4. And the way the points work, he's only 2 down, a big win in race 3, and he grabs his 5th.
How cruel would that be for Shane McElrath if Max Anstie was able to get this? He has been flawless so far tonight. Every single time his wheels have touched the dirt here in Cape Town, he has been unreal. Max Anstie is the belle of the ball with the championship, but this could be Shane's night.
Hey, and Max has lost 3 straight after starting 11-0. And if you're Shane McElrath, put one more on him. Send a little message into the offseason that says, hey, Max, next year I will be back. It will be tougher. And if you're Max Anstie, one final chance to give the boys a slap. Remind everybody who the champion is this year. I think we've got a brawl coming between McElrath and Anstie.
So you're saying that might be a borrowed #1 plate?
Maybe. I mean, look it. The one is on McElrath. It's going over to Anstie. You know McElrath will want it back. Anstie's won it before. These two have been the class of the field, especially late here in this championship. Of course, throw in Enzo Lopes, who got the win last week in the final race in Sweden. We're in for one more battle in SX2 as the boys make their way out onto the gate. Let's head down to Kristen Beat with more.
Daniel, while a championship has already been decided in the SX2 class, there are still riders racing with a sense of urgency to find the confirmation they've been searching for all season. We know Shane McElrath is capable of an overall. Can he step up in this final main event of this season? Also, something to note, there has been a ton of track work in the last 15 minutes. The track is completely different than the track they raced on in the first 2 GP races. And oh, just a reminder, double the points in this final race of the season. So riders may have to race more conservatively out of the gate here, Daniel.
Exactly, and Christian makes a great point there. There's been track prep. This is the most amount of time they've had tonight. But with that track prep has come more moisture. And as we saw in race number 2, that bit half the field. So what might feel like an improvement, Jace, might actually backfire.
And you're doing your sight lap, you're cruising, you're taking a look, but then you go 4 bikes wide with a bit of fresh water down, and you just have absolutely no idea what those wheels are going to do underneath you. It's been chaos there every single race so far tonight.
Max Anstey in gate number 1, right to his left, his rival, Shane McElrath. Watch Enzo Lopes having a solid night. He's gone 4-3. And of course, Kyle Peters, Robbie Wageman, Cody Schock will be in the fight this one. Michael Hicks had a great Sweden. Kalana Humphrey, the 18-year-old, who has joined this party 2 rounds ago. This is going to be a dogfight one final time for the 2025 season. Wow, what a season it's been. From Argentina all the way up to Canada, up in Vancouver. What a great race that was. Watching the debut of Eli Tomac on his KTM. That was a wild night of SX1 racing. And then, of course, Australia, the Gold Coast, where Max Anstey did make his first mistake of the season. He lost Super Pole with a big mistake. He comes back and goes 1-1-1, but that's when Shane McElrath really started to wake back up and turn this thing around. We go to Sweden. Not only does Enzo Lopes beat Max Anstey, but Shane McElrath beats him too in a battle to the finish line between Lopes and McElrath. And then tonight, that man, the number 1 machine on the quad lock Honda, 1-1. And the battle is on between the red plate, soon to be number 1, 2025 World Supercross champion, and Max Anstey.
And I just love how this format plays out in terms of the points. Yes, Shane has been brilliant. He's been brilliant in every session today. But guess what? If he doesn't get it done in this final moto and Max Anstey comes out and wins this race, he loses that overall. I love how this format sets up. And tonight, this has been best case scenario. We're going into both of our final races with everything to play for.
And for Anstey, he's been amazing off the gate, but the first turn has not worked in his favor. Last week, Enzo Lopes shot up the inside and took it, ran away with the win. Shane McElrath has done the exact same thing now twice tonight. So as the gate drops here at about 1 minute and 15 seconds, the crowd's getting into it. My eyes will be on the 99 and his execution in the first corner, where he has lost these last 3 races. 2 of them to Shane McElrath, 1 to Enzo Lopes. One final time, 1 minute to go. Jace, let's drop the gate one more time in SX2.
I just can't believe it's over. These nights happen so quick. These championships are over so quick. 60,000 kilometers, 5 different continents, and it all comes down to this.
Anstey, McElrath, Thompson, first 3 gates to the inside. The right-handed first corner has played a role in all the action tonight. See Enzo Lopes, Colin Park in gates 4 and 5. Watch Cody Schock. He's 1 gate outside of the box. Still in a fight for 2nd overall in the championship. So multiple battles going on at once. 1 for the night for the overall between 99 and 1. And 1, of course, for 2nd overall in championship points between Rick Ware Racing's Cody Schock and Quad Lock Honda's Shane McElrath. 1 final gate drop for SX2. Let's do it!
Shane again.
Wow, that was his best start.
Up the inside again.
Perfectly executed in the first corner. Cody Schock from the outside gets the big
Man, it's just getting it done.
But McElrath
A little bit too late, but
Schock 2nd, Anstey 3rd, and the battle between the top 3 in points is on.
Shane McElrath had that whole shot from the moment that gate dropped. He has been unbelievable tonight. but I'm guessing we're going to have a final race showdown between these two. Max hammering the whoops up the inside.
Oh.
He's into second place.
Hits the block. Shock goes out to end, uses the 90 to his advantage, and I'll tell you what, Cody Shock has been best this year in race threes, but he's going to have to fight back.
Cody Shock messing with the wrong guy because he's about to eat some dirt.
And you've got Hicks there on the start. He has had an unbelievable season as well back there in fourth, but it is all about these two up front once again. McElrath is out of there, dude.
He is checked with that clear track. And he's just came into the
Shane McElrath reminds me a lot of Ken Roxon in the early laps, the way that he is just getting out of there in the first couple laps. And then there's too big of a gap and you can't push on this track, and there goes the race. But the gap only worked out until about the end of 8 laps, so we'll see how it goes around lap number 8. Those last 4 are really going to be the race in this one.
Class of the field in the championship. If it stays like this, Shane is going to wrap up second. Max obviously getting that championship. Let's just enjoy the next 10 laps of the 2 best 250 riders in the World Supercross Championship for 2025.
McElrath leads 1.6 over Anstey. Shock is third. Hicks is fourth. Colin Park sitting in fifth. And Shane McElrath has been absolutely flawless tonight. Looking back on race number 2, Anstey threw everything he had at him mid-race, came up short, settled in for second, and then made a last lap charge to get back to him. And you know Shane
Max Anstey's a lot closer in this one than he has been in the last 2.
Right,
so
let's go. We got one more to do.
I imagine the battle is going to start a lot sooner than lap number 8.
Turns to 1.5.
Different lines there again through the rhythm section. Those guys have been choosing that different option all night. It's so hard to tell whether that's faster or slower. That's such a well-built rhythm section on this track.
Shout out to the track crew who have had work to do tonight. Oh, Enzo Lopes, you're going to see his name drop all the way down to 14. And for a rider who was sitting 3rd overall on the night, that's going to cost him a chance at the podium. He is out.
Max just went purple with that last lap. That means he has the fastest lap time of this main event so far.
McElrath, Anstey, 2 champions, and as you said, 2 great people. Competitive, aggressive when needed, but ride clean. We are in for a good finale here between 2 of the best 250 riders in the world. Your defending champ and your newly crowned champ. And that gap is now down to 1.3.
Nice, slowly eating away at it, just like the last 2 heat races. So
carbon copy of everything that we've seen tonight.
Within the next few laps, it's going to be a battle. We'll see how aggressive Max will be.
Remember,
but
as the points run,
he's been losing all night. I bet he wants to win. So
that would give him the overall. But right now,
and he's already got the championship wrap, so he doesn't have to.
With a 54.1,
he don't have to worry about it. He can go for it.
Of the race, and there's been a lot of that little call and answer between the two. When one goes fast, the other goes faster. We haven't seen them together just yet. If Max can get a little bit of close that gap, put Shane in a place where he has to play a little defense, this whole thing may change because we have not seen that gap get under 1 second yet tonight.
The last main event, it was around 1.5 the whole time. Right now, we're at 1.3. You're so right. We have not seen these guys force each other to take themselves offline or do anything different. This is just heater after heater after heater after heater. Call and response is exactly what's happened all of these main events.
Anstey's now at 1.4 down, and that is a sweet spot if you're Shane McElrath. You do not have to play defense or adjust your lines. You hear him back there, you know he's there, but you get to do your business up front. And if Max can close that gap, Jace, that changes everything because the board changes, and now you've got to play with the track, and they seem to be matching each other inch by inch. Max is going to have to find something here. He just hasn't been able to close down the gap 2 laps in a row. It just goes back and forth.
Yeah, now we're down to 1 second, so he has found something. I don't know whether there's a section that Max is faster or if they're just kind of yo-yoing lap by lap. The track's obviously going away from them now, but Max has got this down to basically bang on a second.
1.0
Chipping away at it like 0.2 every lap. Oh.
McElrath with a
Just go back out.
54.6. Anstey with a 54.6. That is so hard to nail these laps back to back to back. They both are. I mean, just think about the mental side of this too. When you're just giving it everything you have and nothing is changing. It's going to be the first to break mentally. And for Michael Hicks, you said it. What a rad season he's had at different times. The speed has been there.
With the DC on the graphics. Throwback Supercross era with DC.
These are conditions where these bikes excel. So connected. You have such a different feel, throttle to ground connection on these electric motorcycles than you do on a gas bike. Look, they have an advantage in certain places. They might have a slight disadvantage in others. This is the track that is really going to suit the stuff features this section right here. So connected to the ground on that flat, hard surface.
And the bike looks good when you put a talented rider on it. I mean, the one area of the track where they do struggle a bit at this point is in the whoops, but you saw Hicks blitz his way to the end, then drop in, triple out. I mean, that comes from skill set, awareness, knowing your own machine, strength and weaknesses. And I think we're just seeing a guy who has dominated in arena cross, which is smaller racing, tighter racing, who is starting to excel on the big stage.
And I think it's confidence. He's got a team now in Start Future that believes in him, and you've seen him get better. We're going back to this battle for the lead. It's at 1.1. Throw a blanket over him once more. But Max just not quite in position enough to make a real dive. You know that he's going to keep it clean, but even if he was going to go dirty, he's just not close enough to get up the inside of Shane.
I think the challenge is for him to show a wheel and really, present himself into a battle. He would probably have to take a line that doesn't work, and if it doesn't work for a pass, you end up losing time. So he's stuck. He's really stuck doing the same thing, and they're so evenly matched. It is getting tighter, though. I mean, you can hear him now. If you're Shane McElrath, that bike's gotten louder.
I think it's exactly what you said is about.
Oh, that Star Yamaha yells forward. He can definitely hear that bike.
He has been all night, except for the last lap of that last race, but we still have 3 laps to go. Anstey making a final push at Shane McElrath. Heartbreaking if he takes this overall. Shane has been perfect to now. This is going to come down to it.
Under second, 8/10. Right behind him.
He heard you, dude.
Oh, he did. And he hears the 99. And I'll tell you what, Shane McElrath, though, this is a seasoned veteran. He's won a lot of races in his life.
That's why he has a #1 place.
Exactly. And he's built for moments like this, but he's going to have himself a fight with a absolutely dynamic competitor in Max Anstey, who's won 11 races this season, and he wants one more, and he's close enough now to make some noise.
He's going after it now.
Shane makes a tiny mistake in that rhythm section on that first jump.
Watch this change of lines right here. McElrath covers the inside. Anstey rips the outside. He's going to slingshot off this berm. And he's right there.
And the crowd is into this race.
He is running out of time.
But Shane, dude, Shane has done just
The track is so dry. You should keep your momentum up. I mean, it's a battle of who can keep the momentum up, who breaks momentum, who breaks traction.
Won't give an inch to Max Anstey, who is throwing everything.
Shane has rode a phenomenal race. I thought that Max would have been all over him a lot sooner.
I'm watching the whoops. Can he get close enough in the whoops to use the different line? It's maybe one of the only places on the track where they're different, but he's got to be closer.
He made that pass on Enzo Lopes in the first race in that exact spot. He's committed to that outside, rails that berm. This is it right now. He's going to go to the right of these whoops, try and slingshot. No, Shane, that was clinical. That was such a great run. Shane needed that run through the whoops right then.
It is so hard as a racer to play defense for
that Honda just has traction. They've got that bike hooking up. I mean, he doesn't have to use the slingshot there. He's able to hook up good from the inside.
McElrath has done everything right to this point, but he's going to have to be perfect one more time around.
Yeah, one more sprint lap for these guys. They've been throwing sprint laps down all main event off, and a big mistake from Anstey. Big mistake from Anstey.
Anstey loses the
Yeah, that's probably going to do that. That's Shane hasn't made a mistake all night.
And at this point, you just got to give credit where credit's due. Shane McElrath came into the final round and said, I have to end on top. It's been the Max Anstey story all season long. I'm sick of it. I'm going to come out and sweep this thing. He's been absolutely phenomenal.
This is a sweet victory for Shane McElrath. He needed this. He had this in him. This is
absolutely. He had this all season.
Shane McElrath, ride this one home, brother. You deserve this win tonight.
Shane McElrath wins the Cape Town, South Africa
there
GP.
It is.
Going
Shane McElrath wins in Cape Town.
What a race.
Phenomenal showing. Cody Schock sits third in the race. He'll finish third in the championship. Throws a big whip for the crowd.
I thought Cody Schock had done a little bit better in the series. I didn't really see much out of him.
Could we have done
that I thought he would, but those overseas rounds are probably just not that serious, and the tracks are pretty sketchy. So
endless pressure.
He'll be ready to come East Coast.
And he's there, and he never broke.
Yeah, I mean, that was honestly, that is such a great ride from Shane McElrath. And I wondered in that first moto, I'm like, does Max even have the speed in that moto? You take the championship out of it, does Max even have what it takes to beat Shane in that first moto? I think Shane just answered, he was the man tonight.
Yeah, great ask on your part, too. Is this circumstantial due to Anstey's championship situation? A lot of noise. Once we get that out of the way, then what happens? And McElrath leveled up. I mean, he just leveled up, took the pressure. Anstey threw everything he had at him. And the defending champ gets the final word on the season. But that man right there will take the one into 2026.
Oh, and Max is not stoked.
No.
Max is not stoked.
I mean, we have seen this graphic all season long.
No, Bobby's going to like beat him up or something whenever he gets back. Can you imagine? He just gets back.
This will be an interesting interview, and this just shows the competitiveness of Supercross racers. Yes, you're a champion, but that was an hour ago.
And Bobby's not going to show up again, and Max going to be fired up on the podium.
Three back-to-back to Shane McElrath. This will be a fun conversation for Kristen.
At the 450s coming up next, is Jason Anderson going to put away Joey Savacci and win? Don't know. But I know that Jason's been about like Shane tonight, and he's been on every time he's been on the track.
And Shane said that he wanted to hear his national anthem tonight. He hasn't heard it all series. He's going to get that tonight in front of this crowd.
Look at the yellow. 1-1-1.
Unreal.
Nice work, Shane McElrath.
1-1-1. A little bit too late, though, Shane.
Is happy right now. Yariv Konski. Half the battle is done. We got one more to go for him and Joey Savacci, but wow, Shane McElrath.
And that was big for Shane. That was big for second in the championship, and that was big for the team championship. That looks like it's going to go the way of one more comes up.
Yeah, they came in with a big lead, and they've got more of it now. There is Anstey. Frustrated after a tough night of racing here in Cape Town. I mean, he was great too.
I love that, though.
That's the thing. He was great as well. It's not like he had a bad night. It was just Shane was 1% better. There's your championship points. Max Anstey, the champ. The one goes from Shane to Max. Shane is second. Schock is third. Colin Park, great season. Enzo Lopes lost a lot of points in that last one, but that top five put on a show this year in the SX2 championship.
Bobby's putting you back in coach on the way home, Max.
35
no wins, no first class.
Hold your gloves and the helmet because you got second on the night.
Yeah, but that's the attitude that got him the title. And that man right there, he's got the flag. He wants to hear the anthem. He's going to get to hear it. We're going to get to hear from him. His wife, Joy, they've been on this world tour together. An awesome championship that's gone all over the globe. We're going to go down to Kristen Beat, who is with the champion of the SX2 division, Max Anstey.
Max, in one of the most dominant seasons we've ever seen from a rider in the SX2 class, how would you describe the status of your riding right now as it relates to your career?
Wow, it's pretty incredible. I'm 32 years old, and most people, look at me and think, oh wow, he might be old for this, but man, I came from the UK, and coming from England, Supercross felt like such a dream, and so far away, and it took me so long to get to the top and to a good team, and I'm lucky I've got a great group of people around me and a great team in the US, and great trainers. Gareth Swanepoel, he's from South Africa. He's got me locked and loaded and ready to go. And to be honest, I just feel like I'm in a solid spot in my career, and happy to be here, happy to get this done. Shane rode awesome. That was a great race. Man, the track was tough tonight. Hope we put on a good show, and thanks for you guys, South Africa.
Your 2025
There's no such thing as a
FIM
late
World
champ,
Supercross
man.
champion in the
Champion's a champ.
SX2 class. Now a two-time champion, Max Anstey. And Shane McElrath with the American flag draped around him for his first overall win of the season. You told me earlier, I want to hear the national anthem play. Shane, after the Canadian GP where you finished 8th overall, things looked bad. Yeah. At this point, how were you able to stage this rebound in the finale?
We just persevered. It was an uphill battle the whole way, and it can't always go easy. And we learned a lot this year as a team and also personally. So, man, I love the USA, but the fans here in South Africa, they've been a real treat. I'm proud to hear the national anthem from the USA on the podium tonight, and God bless America and praise the Lord. We're excited to end on top tonight.
What a phenomenal rebound for Shane McElrath, earning his first overall win of the season here in Cape Town, South Africa. And rounding out the podium on the season, also here tonight, Cody Schock. Cody, although I know you wanted the championship, you have displayed a level of racecraft that we haven't seen from you previously in your career. Can you find satisfaction in that?
Yeah, there's a lot of things I should be happy about. I mean, the past 3 weekends just realistically have not gone my way. I'm happy, third overall in the season, third on the night. That's always good. I felt like we did make progress tonight on the bike, and it really showed. But yeah, just try to be 1% better each day. And I have a really good group of people behind me, my wife, my mechanic, Dakota, Club, Rick Ware, Arby's, and everyone at First Form. So yeah, we're healthy, get to go home and get a little break.
And that will conclude the 2025 SX2 Championship in the FIM World Supercross Series.
That's a wrap. Let's watch the big bikes.
From Cody Schock this year. He had some big crashes, but he always gets up. One of the toughest riders in SX2 and all of World Supercross racing. Let's take a look at the highlights from tonight's race action. The crowd has been treated to some good racing in South Africa. SX2 division, Max.
World Supercross has brought a bunch of good racing.
I thought he was going to execute a little better in that last one, but look at Shane. He just owned that start.
Yeah, Shane was on fire.
He shut him down. He said, "No, sir."
That was the difference maker. Right hand first turn. You just have so little control going into that. So important to get that run through that first turn. Shane owned that all night, and he owned the night overall.
Put together a great display of racecraft and speed. Max Anstey had to battle all night long. He did right there, making the pass in a second, and he went to work.
About to give him the business.
Got to 8/10. That's the closest he got, but it's also as far as he got.
It was about as high level chess match between two SX2 riders that you could have had tonight. It was a game of inches out on that track in all of those races.
Cody Schock, third overall on the night and in the championship.
He's disappointed, but that's a fantastic season from Cody. And look, a couple rounds didn't go his way. Huge steps forward in his career, though.
I like that he's disappointed, too. I mean, that shows the fire. This is a guy who is on his way to this spot, to the top of the podium, towards the championship. That's the direction he's going. If you're Cody Schock right now, you're standing next to two champions, and maybe you're next. I mean, he has shown some speed this year, some adversity that he had to overcome, and maybe next year it's Cody Schock. But tonight, it's Shane McElrath.
These fans got to be national anthemed out. They've been doing theirs, America's. Everybody's getting a national anthem. We anthemed out. Look at Max. Max is like, this is enough. I am anthemed out.
Jace, he said he wanted that. Maybe that was the motivation. I don't know. He said he wanted to hear the national anthem, and he got it for the first time this season.
And that's the beauty of this World Championship.
The
Shane
first
gets
time.
a chance to bring his flag up onto the podium. These boys probably know the British national anthem off by heart after this season. Welcome change. Wrapped up with the flag around his shoulders. I love that.
That's a great point. They sit up there every week, and I think by
yeah, God save the Queen every single weekend.
And Shane, he answered tonight, and it was just a great SX2 championship. I think back to Colin Park, another rider who I think broke through. You look at riders and their trajectories and where they're going. I think Shock is headed upward. Park is headed upward. Michael Hicks, what a great season. These are names I feel we will see next year even more competitive.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I think that what you said is so right. I love seeing Max that bummed for a second place. I love seeing Cody not stoked with the podium. I mean, a couple of years ago, he would have been so hyped with the podium.
And now it's win or bust. I mean, that's where it's at for these guys. But the work they put in and the sacrifice they make. Again, Shane has been on the road and in the air, nation to nation, 5 continents over the last 6 weeks, as has this man, and he is your world champion. And he executed the game plan. You said it. You were with him on day 1 back on the bike after a terrible injury, put his head down, got to work, and now he's a champion.
And just the work ethic that Max Anstey shows, just so much grit, so much determination. He was showing up every single day that he was injured at Star Racing and just putting in that workmanlike performance to get himself back to the top.
And that is hard to do, but the reward is worth it. Respect from the fans.
There we go.
The flag waves for the champ. Max Anstey. He will take this momentum home. 2026 kicks off in just a couple of weeks. He's going to have to dry off as the boys spray the champagne one final time in 2025. A lot of respect between the three also. Hard racing this year, but a lot of respect.
And look, this is what happens when you do a world championship. These guys have been on the same flights, they've been staying in the same hotels, they've been doing all the promotions all year. That's 3 guys that have spent a lot of time together over these last 6 weeks. And I'm sure that that's a good feeling to be up there together.
And they're going to join us on the debrief show right after the races are complete. One of the coolest shows that we do. Top 3 in championship points will join you and I to break down their season. We'll watch that final race together. I can't wait. We'll get inside the minds of Max Anstey and Shane McElrath.
There's a lot there.
In the ultimate game of chess.
Yeah, there is a lot there between those two. I want to know what was going through Max's head before that final moto, and I want to know what Shane was thinking basically all day and all night.
And how Shane was thinking. I mean, that bike was making noise behind him the entire race. And he just stayed focused forward. Congratulations to GSM Yamaha and Max Anstey. Look, job well done.
Look, Max is the deserving champion of this. He is a guy that is going to represent this championship well going forward. You'll see the #1 on Max Anstey's bike next year. And just a really great way to end what was a pretty disastrous 2025.
SX2 is over. SX1, oh, we got one to go, and it's the biggest one of the season. Here we go. South Africa. We've got a treat for you. It's SX1 Race number 3, the 2025 World Supercross Championship comes down to this moment. If you are Jason Anderson, if you are Joey Savacci, you win this race, you are the champ. Joey Savacci with a massive comeback ride in race 2 to put himself in position to take it. Jace, I mean, it couldn't be any better than this. You couldn't write it any better. It's a winner-take-all between Jason Anderson and Joey Savacci.
And this would be a Cinderella story for Joey Savacci, not only for the night. He's dealt with adversity all night, but this would be the Cinderella story for his career. He does not have a major 450 championship. This would be the feather in his cap.
Quad Lock Honda Racing has been incredible this year, thanks to Joey Savacci and Christian Craig, Shane McElrath, and a host of riders in SX2, Anthony Bourdon, one of them racing tonight. But it's time to crown an SX1 champion. Kristen. And we'll get to Kristen momentarily. First, it's Jason Anderson on screen. The PMG Suzuki team took a chance on Jason Anderson in his 30s, looking for another chapter of his career. We talked earlier, this guy is great in the beginning of new chapters. He's got one now. New series, new team, new personnel, and the points lead going into the final race of the season.
Yeah, this is exactly where Jason Anderson wants to be. He's done this before. He's won 250 championships. He's won 450 championships. Business as usual. If you are Jason Anderson, get back to your winning ways. You have one last moto to get through, and you are going to be crowned a world champion to go with all of the other wins that he has across the world as a 450 dirt bike racer.
My eyes will be on the 17 Quad Lock Honda of Joey Savacci when this gate drops. He has been phenomenal out of the gate, but can he stick the first corner? Maybe be a little bit more aggressive. He is on the inside of Jason Anderson. This would be the race to throw everything you have at it, an opportunity to right so much wrong. He's been so close in multiple championships, and another shot here in 2025.
I just cannot see Joey Savacci letting this championship slip away without a real fight. He has been on the receiving end of some disastrous final championship nights. He cannot let this happen one more time. He has to win tonight.
Yeah, no kidding. Joey Savacci, if y'all don't remember, got absolutely blasted by Zach Osborne for a championship like 8 years ago.
He's going to have to take it from one of the toughest, most fierce racers in Supercross. We're talking El Hombre, Jason Anderson.
Yeah, who's it going to be? I think that Jason Anderson's about to rip a clutch hole shot here after the night he's had. Joey Savacci, I don't know, man. You better figure something out. But Jason Anderson looks like he's ready to get another championship, which I think they're making like $200 grand to show up for these. So I don't know what a championship pays, but I'm sure he doesn't mind getting paid for that either.
Here it comes. It's all about those expectations from Jason Anderson, the favorite coming in tonight. And for Joey Savacci, it's all about the emotional draw from the past. This man has been close before. He wants this title. He needs this title, and he can take it right now. SX1, race 3, gate drop.
Again, Savacci just owning that first turn.
What's he do in the first
Looks like
corner?
Savacci. No,
Who's
it going to be?
But it's Christian Craig, his teammate to the inside. Wow, Craig, a redemption ride.
Christian Craig going to show up for the main.
The way.
And let's not forget, if there's anything crazy that goes on behind Christian Craig, he can still win his title. Joey Savacci up the inside.
Here we go. Savacci the lead.
Statement made in this final race.
That is a tone setter for Joey Savacci. You've got the
stage is
lead.
set.
Here comes Hombre into second. Oh, aggressive move on
Craig,
Christian Craig.
watch out. Hombre's coming now.
Is on different rhythm section. Savacci goes single, triple. They both double out, and the battle is on.
Oh, it is absolutely on.
This is exactly how you want to watch it go down,
This is
though.
going to get wild.
Green flag, Joey Savacci, his first time tonight. Jason Anderson has been pretty much flawless, but now he's going to have to go to work. He makes a big mistake.
How did he make that double just then?
You said it, Albuquerque.
He's just willing it out right now.
That is wild, dude.
Oh, look at the single jump has worn out on that outside. This track
is in very, very tough condition. And I have to imagine that if you're
Yeah,
Jason
traction
Anderson,
is
you
a
don't
premium
want to let
right now.
Joey have the open track. Jace, he's been faster the last few weeks, and he's proven it now. He opens it up to 9/10.
If it finishes like this, Joey Savachi is your 2025 world champion. Jason Anderson is not done, though.
No, they got 12 laps to fight
Jason
this out. This is
Anderson
going to be a
right now,
good
see,
one.
He has been really good tonight, but a couple big mistakes. He's in a different position. He's eaten roost for the first time. And Joey Savachi is taking off of this thing. He's up 1.6 early in the race.
It is so key right now that Jason Anderson does not let Christian Craig interfere with his charge towards Joey Savachi. If Craig gets in there,
No, that would be bad. They wouldn't want that to happen. Ain't got time for that.
To yard him and walk away to a win. These laps are critical right now.
Yeah, these first 2 laps have gone Joey Savachi's way. These next 2 better belong to Jason Anderson. If you want this championship, and he's
snap!
That's just pure talent, great instincts, and he's right back to him.
He made
And he's going for it. Who needs traction when you're making passes
Jason
for the
Anderson
win here?
recovers from 2 big mistakes, makes his way to the back tire of Joey Savachi, and the battle is on. Anderson on offense. He's gapped Christian Craig the exact amount he needed to refocus his efforts onto the 17 Quad Lock Honda's Joey Savachi, and they are less than a half a second apart. 3 laps into this
what a
win
race. World Supercross has been such a blessing.
And still make those entries into the rhythm section. He has so much confidence in the front end of that Suzuki right now.
He's made his way to the back tire. Oh, where does he make the move? Anderson's going further right this time. He was up the middle.
Oh, that's a good run.
Kick came from, but he's found the line Anstie was using. And I love this difference right here. But will they end up in the berm together? Uh-oh, here we go. Here we go. Got him. Jason Anderson to the lead with an aggressive move.
Savachi, you got to fight back harder than that, man.
Tear off over the finish line.
Tough blocks.
That's for a championship, my friend.
Anderson, he is so cool. He is so calm. Then he gets on the track and he does this.
From big mistake to a block pass. Jason Anderson, red plate points leader.
He looks incredible. It's the best Jason Anderson's looked in a long time.
These guys are pushing so hard right now.
Let's see if Anderson switches up his line. Nope, he's going to stick to the outside. Savachi up the inside. Anderson does the kick out again, and Savachi makes contact.
Ooh, come on now, we got a race.
We want to see
Anderson's not having it. Come on.
Unbelievable job.
And it's not over. Contact again.
He punched him out.
And Anderson.
And Anderson barely loses a 10.
And Christian Craig is back.
Anderson's like, let's go, brother. Let's get down.
Are off. Anything goes from this point forward as the 2 boys out front, Joey Savachi and Jason Anderson.
Drifting up the face of the entry to that rhythm.
Unbelievable.
Something tells me the next pass from Anderson is not going to be that nice.
He checks up. Whoa, smart by Savachi. Anderson with the mistake on the side, but he survives.
Holy, this dude is sending it.
Christian Craig is about to be right in this thing too.
I'll tell you what, we know who Jason Anderson is. I have not seen this version of Joey Savachi maybe ever. He's bringing his best, and he's taking it to one of the toughest racers in the sport.
This is Joey Savachi doing everything.
What are you going to do, Jason?
To win a world championship. He has his teammate that is playing in his favor right now. Anderson has to just put his head down, get back on the rear wheel of Savachi, and he needs to make this next pass stick for good.
Anderson back onto offense.
He is so good through that.
Got a little bit of breathing room.
Savachi 1 point up in the championship.
Unbelievable racing.
Take all, and Anderson back onto offense. Uh-oh, here we come up the inside.
Oh, he got to drive.
He checks up. You know, that corner is
he thought about it.
Anderson realized it, and that goes back to the craft. That man knows how to race.
Yeah, that is
a lot better drive through the whoops that time.
We call street smart in Albuquerque.
That's right.
To go.
Here we go.
Jason with the alternate line.
The battle's on. Anderson up the inside again.
Savatgy squares up, but Anderson cuts back and
Oh,
blocks him.
that was a veteran move.
Oh, Savatgy won. He was too far back.
Oh, he
there,
thought
Jace,
about it again.
I mean, this may be the most important lap of both of their seasons. If Anderson can take the offense to the clear track, he goes, but
Anderson is so good after that triple. That is going to give him the breathing room that he needs. He has a couple of sections on this racetrack where he is visibly more comfortable. He has more traction. He needs to stay mistake-free.
Will he move over in the whoops?
No, these guys are
By
going
sticking
for
to
it.
the right side. See, there is
Another
there's the
good
man
drive.
right there with the brakes. He is so smart.
Oh,
He
Anderson
hasn't
just
taken that line once, all main event, but he knew that's where he got me last time. I'm going to switch it up, and now he's up 1.3.
He's so fast in that section, and then he's so fast after the triple.
Oh, this is just unbelievable racing. This is off-season racing. Anaheim won in 3 weeks.
Like you said, he switched that line in the whoops. Jason Anderson doing everything he can to secure his first world championship.
And you're right, the fast spot right there is that inside. He's been so great on the flats.
Yeah, he just has more front end after that triple.
The gap now at 1.5. Joey Savatgy.
3 laps to go.
He's done everything right in this race. I can't look back and say that was a bad decision. I mean, he's been aggressive. He's just been a little bit off of the 21 of Jason Anderson.
Jason Anderson just found another gear for this. This is incredible for Jason Anderson. He hasn't ridden like this in a long time.
Joey Savatgy's going to have to make something happen. We got 3 laps to go. They're about to cross the finish line.
And Joey switched up his line right there. The
Now you love to see it. Old guys going after it in this sport. These guys used to be dead and gone to the sport back in the day.
We saw Jason Anderson make his
21,
change up in the
22,
whoops.
get out the seat, you're gone.
The crowd is cheering. They are loving what they're seeing on championship night.
What a race. You got one rider in between now.
Jason down in the Jason's down in the 53s too. I mean, he could have been on the deck twice in this race.
I can't wait to see some replay.
I know, me too. Hey, he turned those mistakes into offense and just putting a display on why he is Jason Anderson, a 250
Just full
Supercross
send.
champion,
That's what he showed. Just
and a couple
send
laps
it.
away from being a world Supercross champion.
Joey really needs to find something. It might be a mistake from Anderson at this point that gets him back into this race. But
He better throw a Hail Mary. This is it.
Not laying up for a second in this race.
Little mistake there as well. It was 1.5. The gap now 1.7. Joey has the fastest lap of the race with a 53.0. He's going to need a couple of those back to back.
Fastest lap of the race, and you don't get it. That's tough. Got to put it all together, though.
This is unbelievable.
Staying aggressive, continuing to push.
All right, so the gap's at 1.7.
Wow, what a ride by Jason Anderson with 1 lap to go.
White flag's out.
Joey is there. Throw everything you have at 17. You're going to need it as Jason
You're
Anderson.
going to have to. That's it. That's all you got, buddy. Checker flag's coming.
His business. Now it's your turn, Joey Savatgy.
This race is
Oh, he's going for it, too.
Anderson pushes the front end.
Oh! Anderson almost gave it away.
And this race is not done. Joey Savatgy has it down to a second. 1 run through the whoops, 1 clean run through the last section.
It's 2 berms.
Oh, he's going to blast him.
Straight away, and it's the berm before the finish. Joey's has got to be close enough.
It's not done.
What a race.
Triple. Double to the outside. This might be it for the title.
Oh, he was going for it. Wasn't close enough.
Jason Anderson hugs the inside, grabs a checkered flag.
And Jason Anderson's the champ.
World Supercross champion, Jason Anderson.
Unbelievable. Wow.
An incredible
Wow,
display
that's
of
right.
racing
Yeah, wow.
from both
Great
Anderson and Savatgy. They threw everything at it. The crowd, Hall, you got what you paid for.
What a night and a finish.
That is crazy.
Yeah, that's Supercross, baby. That's why we watch racing right there, is for moments like that. And we got a lot of them this season.
I need some replays ASAP. I need some replays ASAP.
There's a few of them coming.
Wow, dude. El Hombre.
Hey, good job, boys. Straight up. Hey, Jace first, I'm a fan. And I loved every minute of that race. My heart rate.
Look at them, dude. They're so stoked. That's unreal. Man, and just the disappointment from Savachi and the ecstasy from Jason Anderson.
No, I imagine Joey Savachi's pretty upset, but man, he threw it at him.
He did it all right. It's hard to look back and say, I wish I would have. He did things I didn't think he would do. He went in and smacked Jason a couple times, and that's out of his character. I don't see that out of him, but he did it, and it.
Yeah, not a lot of riders could have rode through that either. He
extra craft, just a little bit more.
He gave Jason Anderson a couple, and Jason Anderson stayed in it, cool, calm, and collected.
Right,
Only thing missing was an untucked jersey.
That's a coin toss for who wins that championship.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable. El Hombre.
This guy, I'm telling you, when things change in his life, he's special. He really takes new opportunities, and he doesn't run from the change and the adjustment and the range of new that comes into his life. The guy just sticks these opportunities.
And when you put his back against the wall, and when you give him something to prove, that is when he does his best work. Tonight was that.
That was tonight. He had to be great tonight. He had to be great, and he was. He goes 1-1 in the sprints. And I'll tell you what, I wouldn't be surprised if he was shocked too when the old 17 came up there and gave him some, because people don't do that to Jason Anderson.
Jason Anderson was probably like, fuck it, let's get some.
You can do whatever, bro.
That's right. There's no next week, so you know what?
And he's just so cool. He's just so cool about it all.
No, that kid right there is cool.
This will be a great interview with Chris and Beat. It's Jason Anderson.
Your 2025 FIM World Supercross champion in the SX1 class. Jason, how were you able to carry the pressure throughout that final GP race?
Man, you know, I was watching the second race. I was out front and I was watching Joey behind Vince, and I was like, damn, for the first time can Vince do what Vince does and keep Joey behind so this last moto wasn't so crazy? But man, you know what? That's racing. Joey kept me on my toes, and he's so underrated for how good he is. I mean, I know it's 2 8s and a 12, but that's a lot of intense racing. And I'm pretty exhausted, but this monster's giving me a little bit of energy to maybe get out there and do another one. But yeah, I just want to thank the team. You know, it's cool to win this for Suzuki, win this for Pipes Motorsports, my family, Jelly, my new mechanic, Mohead, Daniel Castle, who just helps me out every day, and my wife, my daughter. It's my first one without my daughter, so I really am bummed she's not here for this, but yeah, I'm just excited. Thank you to the whole team, and let's see if we could keep this momentum going and just keep trying our best.
Jason, what does it feel like to be performing at this level again after all of the setbacks and comebacks that you staged over the last year?
I think I just needed a Suzuki. That's it.
Congratulations, Jason Anderson, with 5 GP race wins on the season. Now we're going to bring over Joey Savachi. Joey, I know you're disappointed with the ultimate result, but you raced with a tenacity and a resilience that is inspiring.
Yeah, it's, I mean, we had an amazing crowd. I know we might not be the most, quote, full crowd that we've had this year, but it's definitely the loudest. You know, I appreciate you guys. I'm glad we got to put on a show for you guys. Thank you guys for coming out. And I tried. It's, yeah, it's unfortunate. If I could think of, you know, a few things here and there that I would have done differently, obviously I would love to. But yeah, I tried my best, and that's all I can ask for.
What would you have done differently?
Where do I start, right? Yeah, I mean, I think I would have picked a better spot maybe to make a strike, and yeah, I truthfully felt like maybe if I could get him back and then go, I might be able to break away just a little bit enough to have a gap, but these conditions are not my strong suit by any means. This is definitely much more of his style than mine. So the fact that we were even able to be as close as we were on a track that it's not my favorite, I'm happy with it. You know, I felt like we were good tonight. It's just, yeah, unfortunately, we weren't good enough. So on to next year.
Joey, a triumphant ride regardless, finishing second overall on the season. Let's catch up with Christian Craig, who will now finish third overall in the SX1 class for the championship standings. Christian, debuting on a new bike with a new team in a new series, traveling around the world. I know tonight must have been frustrating, but describe to me the progression you and this team have made in such a short amount of time.
Yeah, the whole season's been awesome. It's been so fun traveling the world. And this has been my favorite stop yet, South Africa. And unfortunately, I crashed one too many times. I sacrificed my life and my family, where, you know, my 3 kids are back home right now. And I let them down, unfortunately. So, yeah, I mean, this one hurts because I fell on my own. And, yeah, one too many mistakes, but keep my head up, keep going. I'm excited to come back next year and try to go for the championship again.
Christian Craig with a phenomenal ride, even here in South Africa in that final GP race, and a great season for him debuting with the Quad Lock Honda team.
Real emotion there from Christian Craig. I mean, he said it best. He sacrificed so much, family at home. But that's a bad man right there. He will be back in 2026, and he will be even more comfortable with Quad Lock Honda.
Yeah, I just want to say, Christian Craig, mate, you did not let anybody down. You did your family proud tonight. There's only one guy that can win this championship, and tonight it was Jason Anderson.
And that battle, you wanted those highlights, here they are.
And Jason Anderson gets it, and that's the end of the 2025 season. Like, comment, subscribe, guys. Appreciate it.
And it started right here. This was the first